Hello and welcome to the Europa League goal show, number one for today. I'm Rowan. Hi, how is everyone? I'm joined by KD. We've got a couple more guests to come up. Kickoff is in around 5 minutes. But first of all, KD, how are you today, pal?
I'm all good, mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. Shall we run through the lineups?
Let's fucking do it.
We'll start with a Slavia Prague versus Rangers. It's Andre Kolar in net, and then Ba, Kudela, Zima, and Bodil as your back four. And then it's Sima, Stanchu, Holesh, who plays a CDM role. Provod, and then Olyinka, and then Jankuska up front. On the bench, you've got Deli, Techel, Dole, Hormada, Masapush, Kovar, Linga, Wagner, Vizinske. Again, it's nearly exactly the same team that beat Leicester, but Holesh has come in and Hormada has come out. For the Rangers side, it's McGregor in net, Patterson, Goldson, Helander and Barisic. And then it's Kamara, Davis and Aribo, then Hadja, Morelos and Ryan Kent. On the bench is Bassett, Itten, Zungu, Wright, Stewart, Roof, Simpson, McLaughlin, Arfield and Thompson King. Really look forward to my game. This game has either got two things written all over it. It's got Rangers are just going to score and not stop. Or Slavia will get it as a 0-0, go to Rangers and hopefully win. But KD, your United side.
Yeah, for Manchester United today. We've got a few changes. Marcus Rashford being the notable one. Dean Henderson in net keeps his place. Aaron Bissaka, Eric Bailly comes in for Victor Lindelof. Harry Maguire and Alex Telles comes in for Luke Shaw. Scott McTominay and Nemanja Matic as the two behind. Daniel James, Fernandes and Martial with Greenwood leading the line. The bench for Manchester United, Lindelof, Lee Grant, Fred, Amad Diallo, Luke Shaw, Nathan Bishop, Brandon Williams, Axel Tuanzebe and Shola Shortire. But for AC Milan, missing a few people themselves, probably most notably Ibrahimovic. They've got Donnarumma in net, Calabria, Kjaer, Tomori and Diego Dallo, of course, on loan from Manchester United. Then in the midfield, they've got Miete and Kessie. Salimakers on the right, Diaz in behind, Rafael Leao and Krunic on the left. The substitutes them, Tataris Sanu, Castillejo, Sandro Tonali, Pierre Kalulu, Ricardo Tonin, Matteo Gabbia and Antonio Donnarumma. Of course, they can only field a 7-man bench due to the injuries that they've got to the AC Milan.
Yeah, again, your game is probably the most interesting tie. It's just two, we'll say European giants in the past. Obviously not there now, but I mean, it's a tough game to win, to go through. But if you knock off Real Madrid, AC Milan or vice versa, your momentum will go through the roof. We'll bring in our first game, which will be Josh, who's covering the
Kia Villarreal game.
Hello, Josh. How are you, mate?
I'm not too bad. Looking forward to it. Should be a decent game.
I've got the lineups through the team.
Yeah, let's go for it. I'll put it on the screen now for you. There we go. So 4-2-3-1 tonight for Dynamo Kiev. Came through a pretty tight game a few weeks ago against Club Brugge. Wasn't the most enthralling of the ties in the Europa League so far, but they're going for 4-2-3-1 tonight. Bushan is in goal, back four of Mikolenko, Sirota, Zabani and Kedziora. Defensive midfield two, Shaparenko and Siodorchuk. They've gone for attacking midfield three. Gerson Rodriguez is on the left-hand side. Victor Shigankov, which is probably one of the more recognisable players on the team. He's on the right. With Bialski in the middle and Besiedin up top. And then for the opposition side, Villarreal, said before, one of the best teams in the Europa League so far. They're going with a 4-3-3 tonight. Geronimo Rulli is in goal, back four, Pedraza, Pau Torres, Raul Albiol and Juan Foyth. Midfield three of Parejo, Capu and Manu Trigueros. And then up top, quite a lethal front three so far in the Europa League. Joe Moreno, who's on the left-hand side. Samuel Chukwueze on the right. And then Paco Alcacer in the middle. So quite a strong team tonight for both teams, to be fair, I'd have to say.
Well, because we're about to nearly kick off, Josh, your predictions?
I'm going to go 3-1-2 Villarreal.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much, Josh. We'll hopefully come back to you later on. Thank you very much. And we'll move over to Kieran, who's doing the other game. It's Ajax versus Young Boys. How are you today, Kieran?
I'm all right, mate. How are you guys?
Good. I've got my snacks. I'm ready for some good European football. Do you want to run through the lineups?
Of course I can. For Ajax, it's their typical 4-3-3. The lineups are here. I'm not being rude. Stecklenburg is in net because of Onana, of course. Back four of Wrench, Timber, Martinez and Tagliafico. Midfield three of Gravenberch, Davy Klaassen, who was massive in the last round, and Edson Alvarez. With that front three of Anthony and Neres on either wing, with Dusan Tadic down the middle. And then for Young Boys, it's a 4-4-2. It's five in net. Hefty at right back, a back two of Kamara and Lustenberger. Lefort on the left, The wingers are Suleimani and Fastnacht. Abisha and Lauper are the midfield pivot. And up front, he returns. It's Nsame and Elia, with unfortunately Thiessen Siabachu dropping to the bench.
I know you look forward to watching him. Predictions, Kieran, for your game?
I'm hoping for a high-scoring one, of course. Young boys win a really entertaining last round. So I'm going to go with 2-1 Ajax.
Oh, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed we see you soon as well. Thank you very much, Kyle. We've got a full house for all the. At least we've got everyone for all the games. We've got the OGs. Kenny, I'll read the comments first. So Joshua says, hello. Kaz says, hi all, how are you today? It should be some good games, even really should. There's obviously, you've got your big time, United, Milan, but the other 3 games are cheeky ones where you could either have a lot of goals, boring games, but very entertaining ones. And then Bernardo says, go on AC Zlatan without Zlatan. Is he injured?
Yeah.
Nah, that makes sense then. But your predictions for your game, Milan, Manchester United?
I think it's going to be a tough one for both sides. I think they match up quite well. Of course, AC Milan with a lot of injuries, but they've got a lot of good players. I'm going to go for 2-0 to Manchester United tonight.
Oh, okay. I mean, you've got to back United, you really do. But my game, I really don't know. Rangers are going to have that momentum of the league title win. They really are. Both teams are unbeaten, which is mental. So Slavia are unbeaten since the 10th of November in the league. So both teams are unbeaten in the league. Obviously, Slavia did lose in the group stage a couple of games, but I'm gonna go 0-0. I think Slavia will just get that draw on home ground, then go away to Rangers and try bag a couple of goals. Kyle said, going to go 2-1 Man United versus AC, and then Bernal says this could go 1-1. And Kyle said, it's so weird to think Man United and AC Milan haven't played each other for over 11 years. Man, just to see where both clubs were and see where... So United are coming back, I'll admit that, but... And so are AC, in fairness, but it's such a long gap from their really heyday, isn't it, Kenny?
Yeah, I think both teams are, of course, different from back then. I mean, they showed the graphic up before the game. These two sides played each other, I think, 2005, 2006. AC Milan's team was absolutely incredible. They had Nesta and Maldini at the back. They had the likes of Gattuso, Ambrosini in there, Kaká, Seedorf. Incredible side. I've probably missed a few players off, but incredible team for AC Milan back in the day. I mean, they've got a lot of young players. They are rebuilding. And Frank Kessie is definitely one of those players to watch, of course, as well as Sally Makers.
We love the benchmark.
We do.
We've already had our first foul. I'm telling Josh, I think this is going to be a very scrappy game. Both teams have quite aggressive aggressive play style. We've already had a foul in this midfield. But 1 minute past. Are you confident with United's team tonight? Do you think they'll be able to do it?
I mean, obviously, Marcus Rashford is a massive miss, and I hope he's not injured for a long time because, I mean, we really need his running from the left and stuff. But I mean, it's a strong team. All of our players are on form pretty much. I mean, apart from Mason Greenwood, all of our players are on decent form. But Aldo did say how confident I have to see in the lineups. I like how he's not gone for Fred and McTominay again, because I mean at the moment those two are just playing 90 minutes left, right, and centre. They both need a rest, of course, but he's gone with Matic tonight, of course. Bit of experience in there against quite a decent side in the middle of the park. I think, like I said, 2-0 probably a comfortable victory, but we should probably try and see this tie out in the first leg. If we don't concede and we win 2 or 3, then maybe it's over. Maybe,
but like I said, Milan have got talent. It's mental to think that Donnarumma is the captain. He's like one of their longest serving players, yet he is 90. He's like 23 and he's 22. He's still so young.
And you look at their attack as well. They've got the likes of Rafael Leao leading the line tonight. Brahim Diaz, of course, the Real Madrid signing. They've got Sally Makers, who's so young. Don't really know much about Krunic, but of course Kessie and the benchmark.
When you've got the benchmark on your team, nothing matters at all.
Yeah, and he's been really good in the Europa League this season for AC Milan, Kessie.
I haven't watched any Milan. It's just so happened that Slavia managed to get through it all other times I've watched, and then I've been busy the times when other teams have played. Obviously, this isn't the final watch on today. We will have one basically straight after this with all the late games in the Europa League. So that will be Oh, God. The KFC's come back on. It'll be Olympiacos, Arsenal, Granada versus Molde, Roma, Shakhtar, and then Tottenham, Zagreb. So a lot more Premier League sides playing. Obviously, there's going to be. I mean, one thing that's interesting if these teams do go through. So let's say United, Arsenal, and Tottenham. If all the favourites in the games go through, we've got some stellar games. So let's say we've got United, Villarreal, Ajax. I'll say Rangers are the favourites. Granada, Arsenal, Tottenham, and Roma. There are some nice ties, and if all the Premier League clubs could avoid each other and hopefully get a Premier League final, that'll be something I think you'd like to see.
I do think we will get a Premier League final. Whether it be, we might get a British final. Rangers might be involved in there as well. I think the final will probably be Tottenham and Arsenal. I'm not going to lie.
Really? Who do you think you would end up getting knocked out by if it comes to it?
I wouldn't be surprised if we got knocked out by Milan, to be honest.
I think it's going to be.
It's been one of them seasons, like ups and downs. Of course, the Champions League was a massive letdown, but just got to keep going. I mean, I'm sure there's a few more downs on the way.
Yeah, the thing is, the season's not done. Oh, Alfredo Morelos just is absolutely bodied by. It's going to be Pierre Olinka, puts the ball into the middle.
I'm not sure if Rafael Leao's onside, but he scored.
Oh.
I don't know if he's onside or not. No, he's offside, right.
Okay.
I was going to say, because Harry Maguire just let him run, and Rafael Leao ran through, put the ball in the back of the net. Great finish by him. But the referee has his flag up. The assistant, has his flag up. Not the referee with a flag. Just watch it now. Yeah, he's at least 2 or 3 yards offside.
That's it. That was such a muted reaction, like.
Yeah, because I thought he was offside because Harry Maguire and Eric Bailly just looked over to the assistant like, oh, is he offside? And of course, nowadays in Europe, you're not supposed to put your flag up until the play's over. But yeah, a little bit of an early scare there. Rafael Leao was in behind.
I mean, obviously it doesn't count, but it might just boost Leao's confidence a bit. Get a goal, doesn't count, but...
He looked very confident going for on goal there. Finished it really smartly past Ian Henderson in net.
Also, Henderson in net, past couple of games, I know De Gea's been out. Would you say for the rest of the season?
Pass. 1 second, Greenwood inside the box, onto his right foot. He's going to have to look for someone outside the box. Finds Fernandes. Wan-Bissaka. It's Fernandes, edge of the box. Lovely football by Man United at the moment. And Greenwood just takes a heavy touch and it's cleared away. But what were you saying?
Would you say, do you know Hendo's played a lot of games because De Gea's had a kid? Congratulations. Would you say start Hendo for the rest of the season, or would you want to see De Gea back in the mould?
It's a difficult question, to be honest, because he played really well against Man City. I mean, he didn't really get tested that much, apart from 1 or 2 times. But the throw out for Luke Shaw was really good. I don't really think De Gea would have spotted that throw out and thrown it as Henderson did. But I mean, De Gea's De Gea at the end of the day. I mean, I think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer wants De Gea to be the number 1.
Oh, what a goal! What a finish by, I think that's Nico Stan. It's the man of the hour currently as it stands for Slavia Prague. The Romanian Nico Stancu, who comes from Ole Inquiry. He's just on the left, puts it to Nico Stancu, not marked at all, then outside the box. Stancu absolutely has a dig outside there. Where Alan McGregor's caught napping, and it's 1-0 to Slavia Prague. And what a finish from Nico Stancu.
What a start.
I mean, what a start for Slavia. We'll bring Kieran in a second because there's just been a chance in his game, but long ball switched over to Peter Olayinka. Just puts it simply to Stanchu outside the box, takes 1 touch, curls it into that bottom right-hand corner. That's an incredible finish from Nico Stanchu. He got 2 last week. 1 was a stellar free kick. This week, he's put them 1-0 up against Rangers. But Kieran, in your game, we've had a chance.
We have, and it came to Ajax, and it was a golden opportunity for a member of their golden generation, if I do say so myself. It was a ball on the left-hand side by Tagliafico, and he drills it across the front of the box, and no one gets to it apart from Anthony, who's free at the back post. He goes to par it into the bottom corner. It's a really good save by the backup goalkeeper, Favre, with his legs.
I mean, Ajax are going to be the favourites in here. I'm guessing they're looking like favourites in this opening 8 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, Young Boys are trying to hit them on the counter-attack. Young Boys had a half opportunity in the box earlier, but it was more they were picking up scraps. But that opportunity from Anthony was the real golden one as Tagliafico drilled it across the box. And all he had to do was just pick a corner, and unfortunately, Favre's legs were there to block the shot.
Well, hopefully we see a couple more chances. It seems like your game's got off to a heated start already. Thank you very much, KL. KD, we had a groan from you.
We did. We had the first real chance of the game, and it was from Manchester United, and it was from Anthony Martial. Nice little play by Matic and Telles down the left-hand side. Telles whipped a really good ball in. Tomori misjudged it. Of course, Tomori on loan from Chelsea. Martial, edge of the box, just volleyed it, and Donnarumma had to make a save over the bar. But a good start so far to this match as a shot from, I think that was Sallymakers who had the shot, and it cannons wide. And it's not a good shot at all from the... no, it's Krunic, sorry. Awful shot from Krunic.
This game has been all Slavia. Rangers haven't had tested Kolar at all. I mean, they're targeting that left-hand side a lot. With Olayinka linking up with Stanchu. I mean, if we look at in my game, the most recent game, Slavia are coming off a 2-1 win over Banik with a Nico Stanchu penalty that won it for him. Quite a convincing win, as you'd expect. And then, as for Rangers, basically the title-deciding win against St Mirren. 3-0, quite convincing. It was all obviously down to Rangers. Rangers did what they had to do coming into this game as Scottish League champions.
The problem for Rangers, though, now is just keeping that momentum and that confidence up, because obviously they've not really got anything to play for in the league, and now it's like they just want to go all balls to the walls for the Europa League, of course. It's keeping that consistency, that level of confidence up, and, do they have that desire? Do you know what I mean? Like, because the desire to win the league is obviously driven them to that this year, because they've been absolutely fantastic. Fair play to Steven Gerrard.
Yeah, but he's done a great job there, hasn't he?
Yeah, they just need to keep that level of desire up. And, of course, at the moment, it sounds like Slavia Prague need to take advantage of the ball that they're getting given. And
well, yeah, Ryan Kent's, him and Aribo tried to link up really nice. Could have been a counter-attack opportunity. And he hoofs it out of play. Just an awful first touch. I mean, there was a penalty shout. It was... I think it was Helander who comes across.
What a goal that is! It's Frank Kessie with an absolute stunner. It's an absolute stunner from Frank Kessie. It's thrown into him, and he just chests it down, hits it on the half volley with his right foot, and it flies into the corner of the net. And AC Milan take the lead at Old Trafford.
Wow!
What a goal!
First of all, what an important goal for Milan, but that's why we call him the benchmark.
It's just not.
He's not driving the box. Great tackle by Connor Goldson. Talk about your goal, sorry, KD.
Not by anybody. He just chests it down the box and just hits it with his. I think it's his right foot. Yeah, just volleys it with his right foot. Got nothing on in front of him, and it just flies past Dean Henderson into the net. And I mean, Man United. The goal's being checked. I'm not really sure what it's being checked for, but the VAR goal check is going on.
I think Henderson can do better there, or is it just
it's a really good finish. I'm not really sure what they're checking with the goal, to be honest.
Offside, maybe foul and build up.
It was a throw-in though.
Foul throw.
Unless they're checking if it hit a hand or something, I'm not sure.
Maybe. I mean, Kyle's just said Connor will come in. Headed well. He said to me, it's nice seeing Delort play. What better way to prove that you deserve to play in the club by doing it against your own side?
Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to see what they're checking.
That's
I think they're checking a foul throw.
Wow. Rare you see a foul throw in the professional game.
What has happened? What?
What's going on, KD?
It's handball. It's been given as handball against Kessie. When the ball's thrown to him, he's kind of controlled it with his hand. It's a very harsh one, I'm not going to lie. But the goal's been disallowed. It's 0-0. I mean, I'm not going to lie. As a Manchester United fan, I'm happy that the goal's been disallowed. But it's such a harsh one. I'm not going to lie. It's such a harsh goal to disallow. It was such a brilliant goal as well by Kessie. But that's now two. That's now 2 goals that have been disallowed against Manchester United. Pick your fucking game up.
If you're watching the game, let us know what you think about that decision. I mean, Kyle's just said handball, no way, joke. So clearly, he doesn't believe that. And as fan, I'm just Aston Villa fan, 29 says hi. Hi, pal. How are you? Hope you're all well. So Aston Villa could get you up this season.
I know it's benefited my side, but I cannot believe that goal's been disallowed. Of course, the handball rule in Europe is different to the handball rule in the Premier League. If it hits your hand, it is handball no matter what.
Yeah.
So that's why it has been given, but it's just such a clapped rule.
It's one of them ones that fans will always argue until it's ever officially sorted, which I don't think it ever will.
Yeah,
people have different viewpoints on it. If it affects the game, people go, yeah, but if it doesn't, and actually, he's claiming he's a Colorado. Is that a Colorado Avalanche fan? Colorado.
Searching them out now.
Yep. I'm going to guess hockey's. Oh, we're right. Ice hockey team. Oh, they won today. They beat the Arizona Coyotes.
Oh.
Well done to the Avalanche. They're sat fourth in the league.
The Avalanche.
We're all Avalanche, aren't we?
Well done to the Avalanche.
What? What do you want me to call them?
Colorado.
Nah, the Avalanche. It's a great team. It's all about the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Move on in WWE.
The Avalanche.
Yeah.
It's got nothing on the anchor.
They're
playing the LA Kings next. That's in 2 days. It's going to be a right game.
Is it?
Yeah, they won it in overtime against the Coyotes. Go down a train.
Oh, damn.
It's all about the Pittsburgh Penguins. Only because I like the colour scheme. And Jacksonville doesn't have a hockey team. I don't know what they'd be called if they had one. The Junipers. No. In this game, it's really slowed down. Rangers are just passing down. I mean, Glasgow scored the overtime winner yesterday. We love a late winner on this channel, don't we? We had it yesterday with Tuesday with the Champions League. And that's it. He should have gone to the big screen. Do you know if the handball is getting?
Yeah, probably should have gone over to the monitor, but I'm not quite sure. I mean, with the rule being different in Europe, it's that's why it's handball. But I mean, yeah. I didn't see it in normal time. It's such a difficult one to see like in real time. So I'm going to see it slowed down here. I can't see Matic is blocking it. I can't even see it.
And Matic is a big boy. He will block it. But I've had another chance in the Ajax Young Boys game with KL. Hello, KL. What's happened in your game?
Well, it's another chance for Ajax, and it fell to Anthony again, who's had the two, I'd say, the most glaring opportunities in the game. It was Dusan Tadic on the edge of the box doing some nice footwork, and he was drifting slowly to the right, and he lofted the ball into the box, and it was Anthony with a glancing header towards the back post, but it just trickled past the far post, and it's another chance for Ajax, and it's that Brazilian again, but unfortunately he's not managed to find the back of the net just yet.
Coming though? Think it's coming?
It could be, but to be honest with you, it's a little bit too early to tell. Defensively, Young Boys have been all right, but David Neres, to be fair, has been freed on this left-hand side very well. But it's come to absolutely nothing because he tried to be tricky. So, yeah, I think there'll be a goal in this game. I just think Anthony, needs to be a little bit more clinical in front of goal.
Thank you very much, Kale. Cheers, pal. I thought that we had a penalty game. We didn't. It was actually given the other way. It was Kutchka on Connor Goldson. But it looked like there was just a miscommunication. Piero Link plays a lovely outside of the football through to Kutchka. Helanda comes across and bodies him. And it's given as a foul on by Kutchka on Helanda, where I don't think so. But we have had another chance in that Ajax game. The chances are free-flowing. It's like an avalanche.
It was literally the moment you left me. Gravenberch on the edge of the box. He picked up a loose ball and then drove towards the edge of the box, cut inside on his right foot, went to bend it into the far corner. It was a good save by the backup goalkeeper, and the ball was free, and you thought someone's going to tap it home, but it just missed the onrushing. I think it was Dusan Tadic in the end. But I'll be honest, Ajax should be ahead, which makes me think there's going to be a Young Boys goal against a run of play.
Exactly. We've seen that so much. Thank you very much, Kyle. We've seen that so much in the Champions League and the Europa so much time where a team has been dominant and out of nowhere, they'll get that shock win. I mean, one thing in my game, Helander has been tested so much here. So many balls played in behind where Helander's had to run across some cover. And he's going down a lot to win a foul, and the referee's been giving it.
Yellow card for AC Milan's right back, I think. That was a nasty challenge on Alex Telles. He was stretching the ball. It's Sally Makers, sorry. He was in the right back position. Dallo's playing left back today, Rowan. Nasty challenge, late one on Alex Telles. It's a good free kick from Man United. Wide on the left-hand side, about 25 or so yards out. Good position to get a ball in the box, but silly foul from Sally Makers. I'm not going to lie, he didn't really need to make the foul. Alex Telles was passing the ball backwards and kind of just went around the back of him. Telles going to take this free kick, I think, though.
See if Alex Telles can put the lead in Manchester United, obviously. Milan had a goal disallowed with Frank Kessler, with a handball. 2 goals disallowed. 1 was offside. Oh, and it's been stolen in the midfield by that is Stanchu. Doesn't play the early ball.
It went for goal from an audacious angle, and it just flies over the top of the crossbar, but it was dipping a little bit.
But we have had an opportunity in the Ajax room boys going. I've seen a big reaction. KL, it's all happening.
It's Ajax again, and it's a lovely 1-2 on the edge of the box. It's David Neres who's free on his left-hand side, and he lashes it towards the near post. And I've been outfoxed by the side netting once again. I thought it was in, and because I have David Neres as an anytime goal scorer, there was limbs in KL's room before it was side netting.
I mean, it seems like it's all Ajax right now, and it seems like KL is better. He's not coming off as of yet. I don't even know. Oh, I backed my boys as well. I did back Slavia. Today I did see Bernardo first of all asked is Cavani still injured, Kieran?
Yeah, he's still injured.
I'm going to say my favourite thing about the MLS names are the unique side names they have. Clubs like Montreal divided their base by swapping to a more European. Is Club de Montreal now, is it? Is that what their new name is? Instead of Montreal Impact, it's like Club de... It's a French name, which sort of makes sense in terms of... I'm pretty confident to speak French in Montreal. Yeah, CF Montreal. Still says that Thierry Henry's their head coach, so that needs changing. But yeah, I actually quite like the rebrand. When is it? Was it the 1990s when the American MLS clubs just had like the most mental names? There was some like unreal team names, former MLS team names. I'll have a look at this because I'm pretty confident that was awful spelling. It's somehow come up. The history of the MLS.
Come on. Awful spelling, never.
So funny, aren't you? Sorry that I can't spell, Kieran. I can't help it. Well, I've got a list of the MLS team, but I can't find the former ones, so we're done there. But now I said correct. This game slowed down a lot. It's still Slavia. We had an early chance early on that other stuff was happening, but it was Nico Stanchu. He stole it in the midfield off, I think it was a Rebo. Hold up, it's Provod driving in the into the box, still Provod. And Rangers are just going to have to get out. Rangers look shaky. They don't look like champions. Just scared to put, which is something strange, but like scared to put in a tackle for a foul, scared to make really any effort to win the ball. I mean, there's an opportunity for him now to take it out from the back. Ryan Kemp tries to play through to Barisic, but Abdallah Sima there, the young 19-year-old striker, comes back and does his defensive duties and will shepherd it back to Kolar. There's nothing happening for Ray. Like, obviously, I am back in Slavia, but I want to see a British side do well in Europe. And there's nothing that... If you were a first-time viewer of the Europa League or of Rangers, and you would say, Rangers, do you think they'd be one like the moulds where you won't give them as much respect? I can see him making a face. Well, in fairness, I don't give Mold much respect, but are they the underdogs? If you want to check out the sports-com, there was an article that KL did on Mold. Obviously, we'll have that game later on. And just saying, if they're the surprise underdogs of the tournament, so knocking out Hoffenheim, which no one expected them to, I'm not going to say an easy tie, but it was a preferable tie against Mold. Have never got this far in the tournament, and it's Granada's first time. As Kutcher's still running away, great tackle in the midfield. Who was that? That was an incredible challenge by Kamara. Just cuts through Kutcher, gets the ball. This game really, really slowing down as it stands. I say that. Ball's been put on the wing. Barisic will whip it in. It's a great ball in, but it finds absolutely no one. Poor first touch. And it's going to win the free kick in the midfield there. Was that Jan Borrell who come across? Oh, it's Stanchu doing it, just running it all over the pitch today. That's a great tackle. It's an amazing tackle, actually. It doesn't actually take any of Stanchu. Gets the entire ball. I mean, you know what? We're nearly 25 minutes in. Josh, mate, I'll let you stop picking your nose.
Picking nose? Bloody hell.
It looks like what you did. What's going on in your game? I feel like nothing's happened, mate.
Well, I can say one thing. I definitely wasn't picking my nose. This game's been fucking shit. I'd have more, honestly, enjoyment going to a funeral than this game. It's been miserable so far. There's been 1-2 decent opportunities in the match. I think Kiev had a big chance, ball lobbed into Zhigankov, near post header, which was a decent chance at best. But both teams right now, not really much going on in the game, and I've had more enjoyable experiences watching paint dry. It needs something just to get it a bit uplifted. I think Villarreal, they've looked better with the two teams, had more possession as you'd expect, but ultimately right now I'm thinking of maybe going out and donning the suit, because this has been quite a miserable game so far. It doesn't really feel like any team's going for it, which is understandable because it's a first leg at the end of the day. But I mean, KL, that's anything from Rodriguez. Nearly destroyed Rully's jaw. There was a penalty shout a few seconds ago. They obviously checked just to make sure if Rully had got any connection on Rodriguez. Turned out Rodriguez had just completely whacked Rully in the jaw, and I thought he'd actually broke his jaw from the impact of how he'd been hit. But nothing in this game so far, still 0-0, and I'm maybe go to bed.
Sorry, we've got some diving in our game. But thank you very much, Josh. I'll let you enjoy your funeral. I mean, I like that Josh is finally exposing the person. Just, he's always so passionate on these games. We try to make the best out of awful games. I just like that he's giving up with this. James says, "Evening, boys. How are you all? Us two are all right, I think, aren't we, KD?
I'd like a goal.
I've already got one. I can't complain. I mean, if you just heard Josh is at a funeral and KL's just having a plethora of chances. Chris Welsh should say, hi lads, hope you're all well. Same with you, Chris. Same with you indeed. You happy with Liverpool's win yesterday? Good 2-0 win. Very good job.
What a chance that was for Krunic again. He found himself free in the left-hand side of the box, and his shot was just so shit. He just didn't put any power on it at all. It just flew off Wan-Bissaka into Henderson's hands. If he gets a proper shot off there, I'm pretty sure he scores.
Do you think this has been all Milan?
Pardon?
Do you think this game has been all Milan, or have you had enough chances where it's not been a one-sided game?
I don't think it's been all Milan. I mean, when they've come forward, they either lose the ball to Matic or they have a really, really poor shot on goal. And with Man United, I mean, the build-up play has been shit so far, I'm not going to lie. It's been a very, very sharpless game, if that's a word, blunt game. No real side showing any quality at all.
As it seems like a dead game for you. I mean, man, we just had a free kick for Rangers. Great opportunity. Davies tries to cross it. Because Helander whips the ball in. Goes swaps to no one. Seema heads it out. And then Zima. So Seema heads out. And then Zima clears it. But the ball's been won back in the midfield by Lucas Provod. Plays it through to Kuczka. He's got it under his feet. He's been held there. He's checking. I think it could be a penalty here. No, it's not going to be a penalty.
Why does Daniel James play for my football club? What a pass that is. What
great defending by Dan James.
By Eric Bailly. No, Eric Bailly class tonight. But Daniel James, I mean, he just gave the ball away about 3 or 4 times in the space of about a minute and a half. And I mean, he's just not helping himself at the moment.
Wait, what? Well, so in our game, Provo does really well to win the ball back. Plays it with Jan Kuczka, who then gets the ball under his feet. He just can't get a good shot off, which is fair enough. But then it's given us offside when Kuczka has the ball played to him, and he's very clearly onside. I say a poor refereeing decision there, and Rangers get away with the ball. But Xavier's defended very well here today. I tell you what, the man of the match last week, Alexander Ba, hasn't been involved as much, but he has allowed Kudela and Zima to sort of step up at centre half. And then with Jan Borrell, they literally haven't attacked Jan Borrell's side at all. So he's just been there all by himself. I mean, Chris is there. Yeah, good win. Job done onto Wolves on Monday. And then James said, got a slight suspicion Young Boys might grab a tight win tonight. And it's going to be a sub. Josh talked about possible broken jaw. Is it a broken jaw, Josh?
I wouldn't say it's a broken jaw necessarily speaking, but it seems to be that Rully has got a bit of agitation with his jaw right now. Asensio's warming up, getting ready to come on, but it looks like the impact from Gerson Rodriguez's it wasn't really a tackle, it was a 50-50 opportunity where he could have gone in for the ball. He's connected with Rully's jaw in the end, and it's looking like he's a little bit agitated with it. So they're going to play it safe, take him off, and I think Asenjo's going to come on, which, to be fair, isn't a bad substitute.
I was about to say, there are worse backups in this tournament, I think.
Absolutely.
Asenjo is definitely capable of a chance. Oh, God. But, yeah, thank you very much, Josh. Early substitution, and it's a goalkeeper change, which does mean we may not see... No fingers crossed. Oh, no, because it's Europa. They're allowed as many subs as they want, aren't they? Josh, I'm going to bring you back in. How many players do they have how many goalkeepers do they have on the bench? Or is it just Asensio?
Villarreal, they've got, let me have a quick check.
2.
They've got 2 on the bench, yeah.
Oh, it's boring, that.
Going to play it safe, as you'd expect them to.
Wow. Thank you very much, Josh. By the way, now again, we've got a really dangerous statistic. It was Barisic who cropped down Kuchka, who was driving on this right, Professor, who was driving on the right. I'm just going to see how it was Jan Kuchka, 50-50, but Barisic just fallen over and then sort of ankle tapped Kuchka as he's running into the box. I'm just going to see when this happens. So he already clips Kuchka, which makes it fall, but then Barisic does ankle tap him. It's outside the box. It's going to be a yellow card for Barisic. But it's a great free kick opportunity. Chris said, no Jeff Sterling comments tonight with corner updates. Oh, I wonder where Jeff is. And then Tubbs says, hello, lads. Hello, Tubbs. Hope you're all good, pal. Let us know in the chat what games you're watching. I presume it'd be basically a lot of Manchester United and Milan games, fans, maybe with a bit of Rangers in there, Ajax even. No one's watching Kier Villarreal apart from Josh, is it, are they? As this free kick will taking a while to stand over. I think it's going to be Provod and Stanchu are standing over it. I would very highly doubt that they're going to shoot this just because it's an awkward angle. It's a very awkward angle, but Provod goes for it, then he post, and Alan McGregor has to make a great save on his inside post. Stanchu looked like he was going to whip it in. Provod then steps up, takes it with his left foot. He gets a nice bit of curl in it. And good quick reactions from McGregor to put it out for a corner.
Another example there of AC Milan being poor with the final ball. I mean, they did a nice little break down the right hand side. Sallymakers cut past onto his left foot. Could have gone down under a challenge on the Matic. Hit it with his left straight at Dean Henderson. No direction on the ball. I mean, AC Milan are getting into the positions for the opportunities, but they're just not finishing them.
Mm-hmm. But scores on the doors right now as we're 3 minutes in. Ajax and Young Boys is 0-0. Kiev Villarreal is 0-0. Slavia Prague are 1-0 up, only game that's got had an actual legitimate goal. Manchester United's been 0-0 as it stands. Also 2 disallowed goals in that game.
Well, there might be a goal now with Daniel James down left hand side, puts it across the box. Donnarumma came out, kind of punched it into an area, and Mason Greenwood just wasn't quick enough before the goalkeeper could dive onto the ball. But there's been a goal.
There has been a goal in the Kiev Villarreal game. Josh?
We have a goal, yep. Gone to Villarreal, 29 minutes on the clock. Good start for the Spanish side, as I said, been dominating this game for large spells. In fact, this is actually going to get checked by, I think it's Michael Oliver tonight who's officiating this game, which is quite interesting. They're checking this potentially for an offside, but it comes from a corner. Ball eventually cleared away. It's Estupinan who gets his head onto the ball. Comes into the path of Gerard Moreno, who might be offside, depending on what happens, of course, with VAR and stuff. He crosses the ball back into the box and then eventually lands at the feet of, I believe it's Pau Torres, who puts it away. And as I said, this is going to get checked by VAR. I think it's onside. So
that's a great ball. Whip it in. Oh, sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. He's counted in the end. It's 1-0 to Villarreal. Pau Torres has got his goal and VAR hasn't taken it away from him.
And this funeral is spicing up a little bit more. In my game, we've got. It looked like Nico Stanchu was going to whip a dangerous ball. Instead, he tries to take on Patterson, nutmegs him. It comes off Patterson's legs for a corner. But Patterson's also took Stanchu down when he's trying to keep the ball in play. So it's another free kick, basically right by the corner flag, just a little bit further forward. And Bernardo said, "Where's Hero Rangers? I need him here." And Milan has been dominated so far. And Rangers fan does say, "Evening, lads. I'll take an away goal and draw tonight." As it stands, 1-0. So
shall receive.
Pardon?
Ask and you shall receive, Ronaldo.
Exactly. He will arrive. It's like Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times, he will arrive. But yeah, in fairness, you can still get that draw. Just Now, I don't want to offend you, but Rangers haven't really done anything, have they, today? They haven't. I think if you were going to be brutally honest with, like Rangers fans, there's been no major chances. That also does come off Goldson's head. Not given, but this game, it has been Slavia, but nothing major.
No, it's not really.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Ball was played back to to Kolar. Morelos has put pressure on it. Looks like he's going to win it back. Kolar slips, but when he goes to kick it when he's falling, he tucks it inside past Morelos and gets out. But Jesus Christ, nervy times there in the defence. But Slavia actually on the counter-attack here with Peter Olayinka. And it'll slow it down. We've had a couple of comments there, the man, the myth, legend. It's fair to say Rangers are drained from the emotional living when it's out so long. I definitely think that the partying has had something. Statue outside the box! It was nearly exactly the same area as he scored his first goal. And nearly exact same goal. Takes a touch, puts it on his right, first time, tries to curl it in. And so, like I said, I definitely think that, but I think they should be coming out better here, Rangers, if they should be using that momentum of the league title win to propel them in this game. And Rangers said, when is Celtic playing tonight? Oh, keep forgetting Celtic out in Europe. No Celtic fans in here yet when your altar count comes in and challenges you. Alexa says, also Villarreal very quietly busting it in Kiev. I mean, 1-0, Pau Torres getting on the score sheet for them. And then somebody said, it's half 2 a.m. here, guys. I don't think I'm going to survive the night, so I'll say good night ahead of time, lads. Good night, Tubbs. I do feel sorry for you. It's the one beauty of living in England. I tell you what, might not be the best country at times, but for football, it's genuinely perfect. But also, we've got them game, the latter UEFA Europa League games later on at 8 o'clock. That'll be with, get this right, Josh, KL, Will, and Adam. So no meet and KD, but you get us for these games.
Last foul.
I about to say, we just had a foul as well.
About 20 yards out, just outside the edge of the D. Man United have got a decent chance now. I think it was Sallymakers just nicking at Bruno Fernandes' car. Sallymakers already on that yellow card. Needs to be careful with the fouls he's committing. Smart play from Fernandes, looking for the free kick every day of the week and gets it.
And we have a free kick crossed in. Seema wins the initial header, squared across the face of goal, still face of goal. It's in the back of the net, and Rangers have got the re-equaliser, and it's Helander, the centre half. A very scrappy goal, but it's in the back of the net. Good goal as well. It was a very good goal.
An away goal as well.
It's a away goal. That's more important. Really good ball. And Barisic puts the ball in. Seema wins the initial header, but then it comes off Jan Borrell, who doesn't get it clear, and it's Hadji who fights really well to put it back across the goal. I don't know whether they might check this for Connor. If it comes off Connor Goldson, Hadji might be offside. I think Hadji's on, actually. He does really well to keep it, squares it across, and Helander finds himself there as the only closest side player is Kudela.
I feel like
Rangers got their...
Sorry, go on.
Rangers got their away goal.
I feel like this free kick is absolutely perfect for Alex Telles on the left foot to bend it into the top corner. It's him and Fernandes over it. It's about, like I say, about 20 yards out. It is going to be Telles into the wall and up into the air, and it's going to be cleared away by Donnarumma out for a throw-in. Opportunity
for Manchester United. I mean, we had a substitution for Kale, and again, Kale, early substitution, so I'm going to bring you in. Ajax Young Boys. Early sub?
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the substitution is ever so slightly ironic. Young Boys made 10 changes going into this game. The one player that wasn't changed is the one that's gone off injured and had to be changed midway through the game anyway. So the centre-back, it was a contested ball in the middle of the park, and it was one of them contact injuries. He just seemed in a little bit of discomfort, so they've subbed him off. Kamara, the one standing from the weekend's game, is now off, and Zessiger has come on.
I mean, you guys might...
No, it's not. How has that not gone in?
Thank you very much, Kale.
How has he missed it on the line?
Okay,
Oh, what is that? It's a brilliant corner inflicted on by Fernandes. And somehow Harry Maguire at the back stick has an open net and hits the post from about a yard out. Oh, my God. I can't believe he's missed it. To be fair, it's coming at him very quickly. It's gone out to play for another corner, which is being whipped in by Tellez. Flicked on again, and it's going to be cleared away, I think, by Rafael Leao. But yeah, what a
just
chance.
Harry Maguire things.
The best chance of the game by a country mile, that.
Harry Maguire had an opportunity to put United 1-0 up, obviously. Very close to the end of the second half. We've got 7 minutes left.
It just comes at him quickly, and I just don't think he expects it to get all the way through. It's a brilliant flick-on header by Fernandes at the near post, but the goal's gaping for him. He's literally a yard out. The ball just comes too quickly for him to tap it in.
Ooh,
if he's a yard further to his right, it's a goal.
Sorry, there was a lot of whistling here. Carry on.
I'm done, mate. I'm done.
Sorry, Kushka, what's been given here? The referee's blown. The assistant referee's put his flag up. It went out of, I don't know, just some poor officiating there. Referee's going to go have a word. I think he's having a word with the manager, actually, the Slavia manager. I don't know what for. Having a go because he said the ball went out of play. It's going to be one of the coaches who's just been yellow carded. And I think the manager might have as well. For, I think, back chat. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, the officials can stop the game if anybody's given a back chat or not.
I didn't know what it was for. It's one of the assistant coaches. So, nothing to worry about much yet for Slavia. But one all as it stands in this game. Rangers get a goal back. Ray's Fowl says Celtic fans are hidden under the rocks or private desert island. And then Tubbs said Maguire's shooting coach is also Sterling's. How the hell did he miss that?
I mean, yeah.
Should have put it in. I mean, just seeing the goal, it does come off the
I
amber.
could have scored that, mate.
Very much doubt it. Hadji does square it. It's a nice little goal. Collard just tracks the ball and then he doesn't open himself up. He's basically a defender who doesn't use his hand. Ole Yinka has just been pushed by Conor Golson. Cynical foul by him. I'm saying it's a fair challenge. I don't believe him. You don't bully Peter Ole Yinka like that. That's definitely foul. He just pushes him. But it's a great free kick opportunity for Slavia Prague. It's on very similar to when they had a free kick just in front of the corner post. This corner will be taken by, I don't know who's taking it. Hadji and Kenner in the wall. I presume it's Provad as Hadji standing over it. I mean, if Slavia can get a goal just before half time, a key one. It's going to be Stanchu and Provad standing over it. Stanchu leaves it. Provad whips in. It's a good ball. McGregor has to punch it out. And Ryan Kent does really well. No, he doesn't. He kicks it out of play. I thought he kept it in. But as it stands, still 1-1 in this game, still 0-0 in the Manchester United AC Milan game, 1-0 in the Villarreal, still 0-0 in the Ajax Young Boys. Not that many goals in the other games. Pretty sure Maguire missed on purpose because he's done with Ole, and United paid 80 million for that, Kyle said. Alexa Tubzel said, I'm curious what the goal probability of the Maguire shot is. Well, in fairness, if you think about how many times is Maguire in that position from a set piece, probably a lot. I mean, do you think Sancho has been Slavia's best player this year, or has it been someone else? Oh, it's hard to say. I'm not saying Abdallah Seaman just in terms of sort of breaking out, but if we're not just counting goals, we're talking overall. Yeah, I think Nico Stanchu has been their best player for a couple of years now, along with Thomas Suchek when they were there, but I think he does so much for the team, not just as a midfielder. He is so attacking. Man, I think genuinely, if Jan Kuch got injured and they didn't have a backup striker, Stanchu could fit in there as like a false nine. I think he could play a striker if he really wants as well. Set pieces, extremely dangerous. He's scored so many over his career. Speaking of set pieces, there will be one here. It'll be played in deep. Headed back out to the wing. To Borrell. Puts a good ball in. Olinka's open. Heads it into the middle of the box. No one's there. And it's cleared away for a Rangers counter-attack. Great clearance. Someone's gotten injured holding the leg there. Didn't look like a nice injury. Something open net, 1 yard away. Keeper on the other side of the goal. No defenders in sight. Probably should have put in Kieren D.
Yeah, but you've also got to take into consideration the speed of the ball, and I don't think he's probably thinking that Donnarumma's going to miss the ball, to be fair, but it's happened now, and it's unlucky, to be honest, because he's hit the post like a yard either side, and it's a goal.
Yeah. And look at Manchester United. I mean, you're not expecting your centre half to be in that position anyway. So it's one of the things. But I think if it's a yard away, regardless of what position you play, you should be putting that in the back of the net.
No, but now if we don't win this game, it's just going to be he's definitely going to be the one that gets all the abuse, which I just don't agree with.
What do you mean in terms of like fan abuse or critic abuse?
Both.
Well, so I never agree with fan abuse, but like obviously I have to see the chance. But if it's as close as it's sounding, surely he should be putting that in the back. Like, surely.
Oh, yeah, there is no doubt he should have scored that goal, man.
That's why it's not justified not abuse, but the criticism he'd get from the pundits is Slavia again on the forefront here. The poor ball in Yampera will take a touch. Actually takes it inside. He's got a bunch of time. Ball play through into the middle. McGregor comes out and collects, and we'll get it. Romanian fans must love the fact they have not one but two tiny creative dervish. The word dervishes. Because someone who's smarter than me explained the word dervishes. It's dervishes. Kieran?
I have no idea, mate.
In Islam, can refer broadly to members of a fraternity. I mean, I'm guessing you're at Haji and statue. If only the rest of the team got the right to the map. Who had Romania in the Euro tournament? Was it Kieran?
It's me.
Well, yeah, you had obviously Romania. You didn't go. How far did you go?
I can't remember. I remember getting knocked out by a bullshit goal, though.
Obviously, we will have that tournament. You'll have that. We'll have that the Champions League tournament very soon. If you're not registered, let us know in the chat if you want to play. 32 players, all simulation. You don't need the console. We just need your name. There's a prize for the winner, so either a gift card or something. So don't forget to sign up. That'll happening very soon, I think. In terms of Rowan, what chance you would cringe for starters? No added time here over in Slavia in Prague, and it's and it's 1-0 it's 1-0. Sorry, at this game in Prague. Slavia took the early lead with a Nico Sancho wonder goal. Just outside the box, puts past McGregor. But Rangers do equalise up, I think, around the 35th minute. 36 minutes, I was bang on nearly. With a Helander goal, cross comes in, goes from them all borrow, a mixture of them both, plays it across. Hadji does really well to keep it in play. Cross to the face goal, then Helander pulls it in the back of the net. But 1-1, as it stands, Rangers got that all-important away goal. As it stands, I think this is the only game obviously no added time in this game, so I think obviously half-time we'll bring everyone in. We'll have a chat about each other's game, and I'll try.
We're also at half-time. It's 0-0.
0-0. Do you want to sum up for us?
Shit. Should be frank, to be nice. It's been quite poor from both sides, to be fair. I'm not going to lie. I'm not quite sure why. I'm sorry, I'm not quite sure how that goal got disallowed for Kessie. Yeah, AC Milan, that goal shouldn't be disallowed, so they probably should be leading this game. Other than that, it's been quite poor from both sides. There's no real bite up from, very toothless in attack. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the story of these two sides' seasons, up and down, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, the game would be so much different if that Kessie goal's given, won't it? United would be on the back foot. It might force them to play a lot more attacking football, which could go both ways. 1 minute at a time in the Ajax Young Boys game, so that's nearly over and done with. I mean, we had a couple of comments. Disallowed goal maybe should have even been given. Yeah, exactly. Kieren TV said, what's up, Canadian competition? If someone behind, like Josh doesn't wants to write down his name, yeah, sure. And speaking of Josh, bring him in because it's half-time in Dynamo Kiev versus Villarreal. 1-0 to Villarreal as it stands. Good game, Josh.
Do you know what? The first 30 minutes, I came in, said it was a little bit like a funeral, bit of a dead atmosphere in terms of how the game had played itself out. But bang on half an hour in the match. Brilliant chance from a corner. Came into the box. It was cleared away. Eventually came back to Gerard Moreno. It was just inside the box towards the near post. Flicked it into the path of Pau Torres, who put the ball into the back of the net. And ever since then, this game has actually livened up a little bit. I think it's kind of woke Kiev up a little bit, as you'd expect. That first half an hour, it was all Villarreal pretty much, but they've had a few chances of their own. I said just before the goal went in, Shigankov should have probably had a chance on target, which he missed. It was a near post header that, in my opinion, he should have done a lot better with. But this game's livened up. There's only been 3 shots on target. They've all been to Villarreal. But it's a very even game. It's pretty much 50-50 possession. And Kiev have had their moments in this match where if they were a little bit more efficient and had somebody clinical up top, they could have had a goal in this game. So I think the second half, looking to be interesting. They didn't actually make the substitution in the end. Rulli stayed on. So Asensio warmed up for kind of 5 or 10 minutes, and I thought he was coming on, but Rulli seems to be okay now. But do you know what's
good here?
I've had a goal in this game. It's looking quite lively. Might turn out to be the best match by the end of the 90 minutes. Who knows? But still want to win this game. And I'll put you in that, Kieran.
About to say, for once, it's not one of us, Kieran's. But speaking of Kieran's, we'll bring him in for the Ajax Young Boys game. Is at half time? How's the game been, Kieran?
Take everything Josh said and flip it. First half an hour, full of action, absolutely brilliant. And I must have obviously swapped with Josh and gone, you know what, I'll go to funeral for second, 15. And then that's what we've got. It was started really well. It has been all Ajax. Young Boys' tactics is obvious for everybody to see. On the counter-attack, and Sami and Ellie are up front. Most of the time they're being left 2v2 or at worst 2v3. And they've got to try and pick around the Ajax backline. Whereas for Ajax, there's always at minimum 5 people back. For Young Boys, hard to break down. They've had chances on goal. Tadic, when he's on the ball, is magical to watch at some points. Anthony should have had them ahead. I thought Neres had them ahead, but it's all said in the possession as Young Boys have had 29% and 1 attempt. So it's been all counter for Young Boys. But at 0-0, Young Boys will take this.
Exactly. The problem is you're away from home. Sort of Ajax will take it as well, though, in a way, because they haven't conceded an away goal as of yet. They should expect to beat Young Boys, but I think so did Leverkusen.
Yeah, it's one of them where I agree with you in the aspect of, it's not the worst half for either team at the moment. Ajax have definitely been on top. They'll want to be more clinical in the second half. They're going to want to make these chances count. There's been various attempts, where the keeper's done a good job. But overall, I think they just need to have that cutting edge in and around the area. There's been a few fancy flicks which look brilliant, but when it prevails as, a shot wide or something like that, it doesn't really have the same effect. So,
yeah.
It's been a good half for Ajax, but it's clear the game plan from Young Boys is just soaking the pressure and try and hit on the counter with their pacey forwards.
I mean, sometimes it's the only way to win a game. Thank you very much, Kyle. Well, I'll bring you back very soon after we've done some promo, so I'll let you go have a cheeky break if you need one. But don't forget to see what's coming up on the channel. So tonight at 8 o'clock, we will have the Europa League Goal Show V2. So we've got more games there. We've got Granada Mode, Olympiacos Arsenal, Roma versus Shakhtar, and Tottenham versus Zagreb. Some great games there. That will be Josh, KL, Will, and Adam. So a bit of a rotation in and around there for sure. And then on Monday morning, we have got the A-League Watchalongs. It's second place MacArthur taking on 5th place Melbourne City. But Melbourne City are coming into this game on for 6-0. Thrashing of Melbourne Victory. Melbourne Victory are poor. City went there in the Melbourne derby, got the 6-0 victory. A fair play to him. I'm just trying to think anything else. I don't think anything else is properly confirmed. So we'll bring everyone back in, and they can let me know if I am missing something.
No, you're all good. Friday morning, A-League.
Oh, that's easy to remember, Josh.
Is that really our first proper watch-along?
I mean, Rowan said it was Monday morning at first, so which is why I was a bit confused. But Friday morning, it's on. And then we are going to do the Arsenal-Spurs game, which is on Sunday at 4:30. So that's one we can confirm for the weekend. But nice. Friday morning, Rowan, don't forget.
Exactly. So I didn't even know. It's just saying Monday morning. Friday morning. Yeah, great game. A-League Classic. Like I said, also, what's the quality of Australian Asian club football in general? We wanted to get involved into it. Genuinely, A-League, very entertaining. The quality isn't the same as your top 5 major leagues. It isn't. It's championship-esque. But I realised Gail made a face. I know it's Hull and Rotherham.
I remember what it used to look like. You know, I'm at fond memories of Championship football.
Just a year back, you were happy. You probably weren't happy actually, because
not at this point. No.
Sorry, Josh, I forgot Rotherham in the Championship.
No, it's okay. Our standard's probably A-League level anyway. It's all right.
But yeah, the A-League, really entertaining, really fun. Just teams go for it. And there's just certain things. The VAR sponsored by McDonald's. So when the VAR symbol comes up, the McDonald's symbol comes up. They do halftime interviews with the players and the managers. The coverage is very good. It's very fun. And some of the stadiums are lovely. I'm just seeing the previous Slavia channel. But also, halftime in these games, obviously, we've got the late ones coming up. But I mean, we had some stellar games on Tuesday and Wednesday. So we had the Sevilla. But basically, I'm asking, obviously, if you have checked out the website, sports-con.com, there was a good piece a couple of weeks ago about ENQUIRIES. And then there was a good piece about Slavia Prague versus Leicester, where I preached gospel about Abdallah Sima. Yeah. As of right now, West Ham need a striker. Mikel Antonio is off. He's going to Taiwan to go play for the Taiwanese league.
Is it?
The first league came to my head. West Ham have got a link to Slavia. They could bring Abdallah Sima in for cheaper than ENQUIRIES. They could bring ENQUIRIES in, but for more than Abdallah Sima. What would you do if you was David Moyes in the West Ham board? Do you bring in ENQUIRIES for more money and hope that the return sort of makes you profit? Or do you, I'm not going to say take a risk, but bring in Abdallah Sima, 19 years old, but hasn't really proven himself on a higher tier stage. The Europa League he has, but he's been playing consistent Czech League football. I'll start with KD.
I'd bring in Adam Shalai, so you don't have to play for Mainz anymore. That's my answer.
That's all that has to be said.
Right, Josh.
Do you know what? You can look at it in two ways, and it is kind of sitting on the fence answer. In the short term, ENQUIRIES is the solution. I think if they need a quick fix for somebody, especially if they get Europa League football, if they need somebody who can get them the goals, I think ENQUIRIES would be the perfect person to go to. But in the long term, if they want somebody, I mean, ENQUIRIES is only 23, 24, so he's fairly young himself. But in the long term, if they want to bring someone in, maybe, as you said, for a little bit cheaper, then Seaman might be the option. I think, as you said, it's a bit of a gamble to bring somebody into a top 5 league, get him in straight away. I mean, we've seen it in the past. It's worked for some players, hasn't for others. So I would have said in the short term, I would probably go for ENQUIRIES more than Seema, but it wouldn't surprise me if they actually tried to go for both.
Nice, and then that's it, because we don't need Kyle. No, Kyle, also, I know you got into a heated Facebook chat, but with West Ham fans about it. Who would you go for?
My loyalties lie with ENQUIRIES, purely based on the fact that making that article, it's a bit like Mulder. Now I won't have a bad word said about them because I've wrote about them now and they're my team. So, but I think in terms of, as Josh made a good point, you know, to be fair, ENQUIRIES is only 23, and what I've realised while writing about ENQUIRIES is he's getting better with age. Like, as he's getting older, he's getting more prolific, clinical finisher, and, you know, he brings everything, in my opinion. He's fast enough, he's tall enough. We saw his header the other day. You don't get better than that in terms of a way to put a header away. And I love Abdallah Sima because of you, Rowan, in the way, like, how passionate you are about him. But for me, it depends on what West Ham's plan is. Is this the number 9 for week in, week out? Because I don't think Sima's at that level yet. Even for you know, Slavia, he sometimes isn't always in the starting 11.
No.
You know,
no.
And when you've got a youngster, you do have a little bit of inconsistency. Whereas ENQUIRIES, they're both coming to new leagues, but because he's a bit biased, but I would go with Yusuf ENQUIRIES, even though most West Ham fans want Ivan Toney. There you go.
I mean, I forgot to throw him in. I forgot he was part of the conversation. Obviously, having a stellar season in the Championship. I mean, Alexa does say, considering the goal scorer, you play Souček at striker. You've got nothing to lose, I suppose.
Get J-Lings up front.
Do you think they'll sign him? Do you think they'll sign him on a permanent?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if Solskjaer thinks, fuck it, might as well keep him, but Adam Shalai.
I've also got as these games are still at halftime, I've got another question. There'll be an article going up on tonight about the franchise tag. So my question is, in the Premier League, no, actually no.
Right.
You know what?
All right.
Your club is given a franchise tag, which guarantees you can keep a player. I'm changing the rules up. Keep a player for minimum 3 years. Who do you put it on? They can't leave. They can't go to move on the transfer. I think I might know KD's answer, but Josh, Kieran, obviously, I'll go first. Mine's Dylan Bambula. Genuinely, I will franchise tag him, keep him for 3 years, make sure he can never leave that club. It's very similar to Josh at Werder Bremen. He doesn't let anyone go. I'm not letting Bambula leave. I just think you could build a team around him. I'm giving Bambula. I'll go with KD first. I think it might be an obvious choice.
Go on, who do you think?
Bruno.
No.
Okay.
Rashford.
And why?
Because it's Marcus Rashford.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, sorry. Can I change? Adam Shalai.
For God's sake.
To West Ham. Franchise tagging for West Ham.
Jesus.
KL. For Hull City.
Yeah. We've got a plethora of attacking talent, but for me, they're nothing genuinely without George Honeyman. And I'm not even joking. Like, we can replace the strikers. You know, look, we've had Jared Bowen and Kamil Grosicki. Now, look, the new breed of Lewis Potter. Love Lewis Potter to pieces. And Malik Wilkes and stuff like that. But without George Honeyman and what he provides for this team, in terms of like the amount of games, when we don't have him, we're not the same team. And if you'd have asked me this a year ago, Rowan, I wouldn't have been franchise tagging him. I'd have been releasing him, to be honest with you.
Maybe he's just found his level.
The turnaround in form by that man is absolutely unbelievable. I would be franchise tagging George Honeyman.
It is also a risk because let's say you go up to the Championship and he has poor seasons. You've got to pay him the wages for 2 more years. You can't get rid of him.
I love him. Okay.
You just keep him around.
Also got
I love him. I'll be honest. Lewis Potter was probably the second closest.
Yeah, to guarantee that you wouldn't lose him.
Yeah.
Josh?
I had two players in mind. One of them was Barlaser, because he's only 23, came in from Newcastle. I think he's got a lot of years ahead of him. But I didn't think Barlaser would be that surprising.
I know, I don't like him. Not a fan.
No, I was going to say Ola Sunday. I think for me, he's the one player who, if we get relegated, will 100% leave. I think he's a brilliant player. He's young. He's talented. He's got a bit of trickery about him as well as a right back. So I'd probably say Ola Sunday.
Is that former Manchester United legend Matthew Ola Sunday?
That is indeed. You are correct.
It seems like everyone's a former Manchester United legend. Like I said, I thought the Tom Eves bandwagon was bad. Bandwagon was bad.
Oh shit!
What do you mean?
Coming on.
Hold up a minute. Sorry, and I like Diallo, but there was a Tom Eves bandwagon, wasn't there?
We love Tom Eves.
I'm sorry.
I really hope. I'm sorry, Kieran. Go on.
No, I just want to tell him that I'm officially off the bandwagon.
Wow.
I'm officially off it.
I really hope.
Go on.
No, I'm going to actually talk about the football. I'm going to let you finish talking about your Tom Eves bandwagon. Go on.
No, it's fine because Tom Eves is part of the bandwagon because he's the donkey pulling it. So there you go. Let's move on because I've had enough of it now.
Oh, why? Just kick him out?
We don't want Tom Eves slander in this chat. We'll hear nothing of the back.
I really hope, for Man United's sake, that Anthony Martial's not injured because he's come off at half-time for Diallo. I hope he's not injured because
it doesn't matter if he's injured because Pierre-Oli Inca's come off injured. I don't know if he's injured. Pierre-Oli Inca's come off at half-time. Major Pushka's come on. Game over. Rangers are going to score 7 because Pierre isn't there doing what he does.
We have a sub as well. Just give me a minute. Wait till it comes up on the mini board at the bottom so I know who it is.
Josh, you got a sub?
All they're showing us right now are the fans that are there. So I don't think there's going to be any subs in this game. But Ukraine's got fans tonight, which is really nice to see. Right. I mean, I'm not going to lie. They're not social distancing, which I guess it depends what's happening in Ukraine to whether they're social distancing or not. But it's just nice to see fans again.
Yeah. Right, the substitution. Soleimani is off, and coming on is Mumi Ngamalu. He's coming on. Thank you.
Great, and bit as the games do get kicked back off. Thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you very much, Josh. And hello.
Thank you very much, KD, and booted me out as well.
Thank you very much, KD. So, going to be a great stream now. I mean, Peter O'Lean has come off. I mean, really, the tough guy can't re-add himself.
Breathe like my fire.
There we go. I was like, I can't re-add him. I understand why O'Lean has come off. Mazepust is a bit more defensive. Not defensive, but he does more. He will track back more than O'Lean would at points.
Sorry, Rowan. Frank Kessie loves an handball, doesn't he? Just handballed it again inside his own half to give Man United a free kick about 35 yards.
He thinks he's playing bench ball because he's the benchmark. Do you remember bench ball?
Wait a second. Fernandez flicks it to Diallo. Sorry, Rowan. I know that you want to get your love of bench ball. Fernandez to back stick. Daniel James won a header. Oh, God. The sky is falling. Go on, lad. What are you saying about bench ball?
Why is it always Dan James? I feel like he actually wins quite a lot of headers.
I mean, he was uncontested, so I would have been a little bit disappointed if he didn't win the header.
I wouldn't say he's won the header. He's headed the ball.
Here, he ran past two men to win that ball, I'd have you know.
Dan James Tings. No, but bench ball was a great game. Do you remember it?
You know, he's on the bench all the time.
No, I was the playmaker in the midfield.
Were they franchise tagging you? Your bench ball team
in the school bench ball team. I was the franchise tag. No, it was the most tactical game you could ever play at school because friendship was out the window. Because you just always choose the tall players because the tall players then would either you just throw it really high and they catch you on the bench, or they'd just be on the floor just passing it to the people on the bench. Oh, Barisic just slipped over here. And it's Bar on the right-hand side. Kent's all over him. Bar goes down. Bar still keeps the ball underneath him. Well done. And now there's a foul being given on Bar for some reason. Referee. This assistant referee's wank.
Was it a Bar foul?
No, he can't. No, he can't. Basically, he's made poor claims when the ball's gone out of play. Ryan Kent is clearly holding Bar's hand, an arm. And Bar goes down, nothing's given. Bar gets back up to fight for the ball, does exactly the same thing that Ryan Kent's doing on Barisic, and it's given as a foul. The referee's fucking stupid.
I guess you could say Barisic was the bartender.
What? What?
Because he tended to bar.
I understand that. Okay.
Hence the bartender joke. Get KL in here. I bet he's chuckling at that.
I was.
Thank you.
Unfair. That was an awful job. Good shape. That's a great ball. Go on. Sancho outside the box. Good pressing from Ryan Kent.
Oh, what a ball. Mason Greenwood down left-hand side.
That's a great ball.
Oh, thank you.
Whip it in. That's in play. It's corner. Oh, my God. Sorry. Referees are useless, aren't they?
I feel like you're getting very invested in this game, Rowan, at the moment.
I hate poor refereeing. It's such a simple decision. Has the ball gone out of play? No. Okay, it's still in play. Has the Rangers player kicked out? Yes, it's a corner. No, goal kick. Fuck off. Stupid.
I mean, that's the linesman's fault.
It's stupid. Alex said, what would be a successful season for Man United this year?
Second place in a trophy, maybe.
What trophy? What would you go for?
Either Europa League or FA Cup, both. I
mean,
everyone knows that we really need a trophy at the moment. Because Diallo's on the right-hand side. A lovely skill, but does a bit too much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you can still win the league.
No.
Yeah.
We're 14 points behind, mate.
Sorry, I was finishing my food.
That's 5 games that City would have to drop points in. And there's only 10 left. Or 9 for them. So there's no chance, I think, of us winning the league.
No.
Yeah, second play, a convincing second play, and a trophy.
And then
Diallo! Oh, he scored! What a header that is! Amad Diallo, 4 minutes on, off the bench, nods it in. Oh, what a goal that was. I think it's Fernandez that just dinks it over, and Amad Diallo, he's got his back to goal, just flicks his header over Donnarumma, and Manchester United have the lead in the game. And I mean, Eric Bailly is currently wrestling and holding on to the back of Bruno Fernandes. Like, do you know when Brock Lesnar gets someone up for an F5? He was literally like that on Bruno Fernandes' back. By the way, what a ball by Bruno Fernandes. And Amad Diallo, he's very, very small, flicks his header over the top of the goalkeeper. It's 1-0 Manchester United, and that is absolutely class.
Get up! Oh, I hate him. I hate him with a passion. Colombian twat. Is he even Colombian? What nationality is he? He's Colombian.
Yeah, Alexa, that's his first goal for the club. It's only his third appearance as well.
I'm very sorry for the words.
Fair play.
And well done to Amad Diallo.
Do you know what, though? Fair play to him, because maybe this will now think maybe I should be playing him a little bit more. Put the question in all his mind. I mean, no disrespect to Daniel James, but Amad Diallo can offer us a lot more on that right-hand side or left-hand side, no matter where he's playing. And now with Rashford injured and maybe Martial injured.
Yeah, I mean, it's a prime opportunity for the young stage. Just, I'm guessing I'm about to say throwing him at the deep end, but he's had to come on in the Europa League, I suppose.
You know,
I suppose it's just.
Sorry, Ron. You know when you watch someone, you just know they've got talent.
Yeah,
and you know he's got flair. That's the kind of like vibe I get when I watch him, because he always just looks so confident with the ball at his feet for such a young player. He reminds me of Marcus Rashford when he was younger. That's going to be another foul. I think we need to go on what you say.
We've just had a major opportunity in the Ajax Young Boys game because I saw Kale fling himself back. I was just waiting.
Yeah, an absolutely unbelievable save by the backup goalkeeper of Young Boys. It was chipped towards the back post. I wasn't sure who connected with the first header, but they nodded it back across goal, and it's basically, it's headed in the corner by Edson Alvarez, and he's at full stretch, the goalkeeper 5. On the right-hand side, it's a brilliant reflex save by the backup goalkeeper. And it's one of them where you think it's in, but a great palm by the goalkeeper. And I flung myself back, as you saw, Rowan, because I thought it was in.
You still not got a goal yet. You still not got a goal.
No.
Hopefully it comes very soon. Hopefully it comes very soon for Kyle. Indeed, nothing much going on in this game. Very scrappy indeed. There's just been so many decisions that I think for both. This isn't even biased for both teams. So many decisions. Because even if Man United win Europa and got top 4, I'd be happy-ish, but I wouldn't call it a successful season, in my opinion.
I think we've just got to remember that last year we had a very, very, very bad start to the season, but we had a really good end to the season. Of course, the third place looked kind of like out of reach when we were like 12 or so many points behind Leicester. And then we got it on the last day of the season. We got the top 4, and we finished third place in a season where like people were predicting us to be finishing 8th, like Arsenal did.
You got to the Europa League semi-final.
Terrible header, Calabria. It was actually Daniel James in the box. Daniel James shoots. It's blocked by Calabria. I think it's going to be a goal kick as well.
And speaking of goals, we've had a goal in the Dynamo Kiev Villarreal game. Josh, who's it to?
2-0 Villarreal. Really, really good goal in the end. Comes from a free kick, which is about 40 yards out. It doesn't hit it, by the way. I wish it did in the end, but it was flicked towards the path of, I think it was Gerard Moreno on the left wing, who's been a real danger tonight, pretty much for the majority of the game. Whips the ball into the box. It's actually originally a very good header from Paco Alcacer. Goalkeeper makes a fantastic save, but it's rebounded into the path of Raul Albiol. And both the centre-backs tonight have got on the score sheet.
Do you think that's tie over, Josh?
Yeah, I think it's tied and dusted. The only way I can see this tie coming back to life is if Kiev can get themselves minimum 1 goal in this match. But if it stays 2-0 for me, that's tie done. But 2-0 Villarreal.
Good goal scoring centre half. There's been another opportunity in the Ajax Young Boys game. Can he finally get a goal, KL?
Not if Anthony keeps shooting, because he's on the edge of the box. It's a long ball over the top to him. He takes it down beautifully on his chest, stops the ball, a ball roll onto his left foot, outside the box, whips it towards the far left-hand corner, and it bounces just past the post. And I swear to God, this Ajax team, if they were a little bit more clinical, would be by far and away in this fixture. They'd be gone. But with 55 minutes played, it's still 0-0, and apparently Anthony can't hit a barn door. So,
KL, so unlucky. as it stands there goes, as Davis just does get a yellow card. Let's just say, what's happened to Von Balmus?
I have no idea what that is.
Can anyone help me?
I have no idea what that is.
Say again,
Von Balmus?
That's the goalkeeper for Young Boys that's not here today.
Okay.
He hadn't missed a game in apparently 4 or 5 years or something, but five was in it tonight for Young Boys.
That's a long time. Thank you very much. But we finally got a chance. No one's just come to Josh for goals. We've finally got a chance in the Villarreal game. Josh?
I can say as well, Van Bommers is out because he got concussion against Vaduz last week. So that's why he's out for this game. But this has turned into an end-to-end game now. It's not a funeral anymore. It's becoming a really exciting match. Big chance for Kiev to instantly equalise. But before that, could have been 3-0. Gerard Moreno inside the box. He's one-on-one with the keeper. All he's got to do is put the ball to either side of the goal and it's in. He puts it straight at the goalkeeper. He throws the ball out. Instant counter-attack. And then the ball eventually lands at the feet of, again, Viktor Shigankov. He's inside the box. Similar situation to Gerard Moreno. All he's got to do is put the ball to either side of the goal. He doesn't in the end. And eventually it goes out. Saved by the goalkeeper straight away. And it should have been 2-1. Also should have been 3-0. Good game, this.
You finally, all of the other games are heating up. Thank you very much, Josh. As Alfredo Morelos has just been cut down by that was match pushed. Good tactical foul in fairness. At first, I thought Morelos had died because he tapped the ball forward. He hadn't. I let him off this time. It was a poor challenge by it was Zima. Sorry, who will miss the game in Scotland. So that would mean I think Simon Delly would come in for that game against Rangers. So maybe Trifosky has to change his strategy now in terms of if it's.
Sorry, go on. Finish what you were saying.
In terms of that's a great ball in. That's a great block by Zima. The man who missed next game just slides and stops it along the floor. Awkward bounce. Go, Kieran.
Do you know the types of fouls that you get where? Do you know what the type of foul that Harry Kane does, where he kind of he look like when a player's jumping in the air, he'll go down that sort of stuff really fucking annoys me. It's just happened to Alex Telles. He's just leapt up in the air to clear the ball, and I think it was Krunic under him, kind of just fell over as Alex Telles is jumping, and they've got a free kick out of it for nothing at all. I mean, Alex Telles wins the ball fairly and then lands awkwardly and could have probably injured himself. But yeah, Milan have got a corner.
It's one of them awkward ones, isn't it? Because technically, the player who's bent over hasn't done anything wrong.
No, but they're gaining an unfair advantage because the player that they're challenging for the ball with is already in the air. So of course, on the way down, they're going to collide with them, and that's a fantastic save by Dean Henderson. I think it was Kessie again in the box on the left hand side had a half shot, no real power on it, but Dean Henderson parries it out for a corner. Man United has a little bit of pressure at the moment.
It's not really in the rules, but it's in rugby. If a player's jumped up for the ball, they're not allowed to touch him until both feet are planted on the floor. So you've seen a lot of challenges. This was before. Well, not even before. Players just forget. Where players have jumped up to get the ball, and then a player's going to challenge him, but they not wrap their arms on it and just wipe the legs. The players land on the neck or worse. And so there's a rule now that they've got both feet got before. So you see some amazing challenges. A player's jumped for the ball. There's just a guy waiting to spear him on the floor. I feel like
is that like when? Sorry. Is that like when they go for the throw-ins and that? Do you know when they throw it in from the side?
No. This is just
one guy jumps up.
No, it's in union. So it's just if the ball's cleared out, if they just decide, oh, that is awful. Sorry, Jan Borrell has done really well on the left hand side. Takes it past Patterson, pulls it onto his right foot, and puts it to Rosie. It's an awful shot. But it's just let's say the ball's they've kicked it forward to hunt it down, and a player's jumped up to catch it. And then to sort of carry on the play. If a player touches the guy while he's in midair, and they're allowed to touch him to bring him down safe and then tackle him. But if there's any chance of what Harry Kane does, it's poor. But there has been another chance in Josh's game. He's getting a plethora of them. Dynamo Kiev versus Villarreal. Who's it for this time?
Brilliant game. This another chance for Villarreal. This time it's for Manu Trigueros. Brilliant double save from Bouchan. A ball lifted in by. Guess who it was? Gerard Moreno. Again, lovely chip ball into the midfield who made a marauding run forward. Takes on the shot first time. Bouchan saves. in net. Rebounds back to Trigueros again. He takes the shot on twice, and Bouchan gets himself up in time, makes the double save, and keeps Dinamo Kiev just in this tie. But somehow, this hasn't had another goal in yet. It's 2-0. Been a brilliant match.
It seemed like you definitely do deserve another goal for either side. We had a great opportunity. Barr on the right side, pulls the ball, looks like it's going to be a prime ball in, goes straight to the hands of McGregor, but then it's won back by Stanchu in the midfield, who tries to play through Jankush, but Abdallah Seaman's found out Barr on a lot of space. He's got a lot of time. Oh, it's a poor ball. It's a mix of a shot and a cross, and he just fizzes it over the crossbar. Obviously, I had a man of the match performance last week. This week, not the same. I don't know whether that is supposed to be a shot or a cross. I presume it's a cross, but it is just a poor ball in there. I mean, in your game, Kieran, any chance anyone's looking like scoring?
I mean, Milan are currently dominating the game, I'm not going to lie. Since the goal's gone in, apart from a few little moments, I mean, Milan are desperate to get this equaliser in this away goal. I think a 1-0 win would be quite a decent result for Man United, of course. Not been on the best tonight, but the moment of quality shone through. I'm just going to stop because that is a fantastic ball, but Krunic again, who's been very poor tonight, who will probably end up scoring the equaliser later on. There's another chance for him him missed again because he's missed a few of them, 3 or 4 of them tonight. He just looks a little bit toothless in front of goal.
Morelos pushed to the right, plays it through to Hadji, who tries to. It's actually great stuff by Patterson to Morelos on the right, who makes a lovely drive, cuts it inside. It's Joe Rebo, who goes for the shot and he puts it wayward. But Hadji's trying to call him to play it through instead of Rebo just with a very poor shot is what it was. And,
Eric Bailly's been absolutely fantastic tonight. Again, that's a lovely ball to Greenwood on the right. I mean, he's on his own. He has kept the ball in as well, and he's clipped it past Tomori. On his own, still Mason Greenwood. Still got the ball. Done fantastically well to keep the ball, hold it up, wait for his teammates to get up there. But go on, what was you sorry?
We finally got a goal in all the games. It comes in Ajax Young Boys. KL, talk us through it.
Well, I didn't even tell you who scored, and it was Ajax 1-0. So I don't magical things here, but no, it is. And they're the only team that's really been in this game. It was Tadic on the edge of the box who rolled the ball through to Davy Klaassen. Got a little bit lucky with a few ricochets, but the man who I said before the game was immense in the last two-legged tie against Lille smashes it on the half volley past the goalkeeper. There's no stopping it. It's too powerful from inside the box, and it's a deserved lead for Ajax, definitely.
That's it. The amount of times you've come to us with chances, we've got the payoff they deserve, Ajax.
Most definitely.
Thank you very much, Kels. We've got a sub in our game. Hadji has come off and Arfield has come on. That's obviously a bit of a tactical change there from Steven Gerrard. Tried to put a bit more fresher legs in the game. There's a great long ball over the top. Jankush could chase against. That's Connor Goldson, and good defending from Goldson there. Kushka was all over him, but so forcing Goldson to hoof out. Throw is taken quick. Seema to Borrell. Into the midfield to Nico Stanchu. Puts a good first-time ball in. Flicked in by Goldson. Bar wins the header. Puts it across the goal. And Patterson does really well to get it out, and he'll go out for a throw-in for Rangers. Really good clearance there from Patterson. And listen, I'm pretty sure this season is the final confirmation that A, Dean is the best England goalkeeper, and B, he is the best keeper at United. Do you believe that, KD?
I don't know. I think they're both very good goalkeepers.
And then, like I said, another assist for the best number 10 on the planet.
Like Dusan Tadic?
I presume it was Dusan Tadic. KL's nodding in approval, so I presume it's Dusan Tadic. So we've got the stream coming up basically straight after this. All the other remaining Europa League games. Granada Molde, Olympiacos Arsenal, Roma Shakhtar, Tottenham versus Zagreb. Some great games. That's Josh, KL, Will and Adam. So a bit of a rotation there. As it stands on the score.
Sorry to just cut you off again. Another massive chance for Krunic it was. But Milan are coming forward again. It's Kessie in the box.
Oh, what a save! It's still in the box. But by Seema. It's still around. Slavia get it out. Sorry, KD.
Oh, no, it was a shot from Krunic again. It was a header from a cross by Calabria. and Krunic just heads it over the bar. I mean, I think Sandro Tonali's coming on for AC Milan, but at the moment they're on top and they need to find the goal to get back into this tie.
Yeah, and in my game, Andre Kolar has just kept Slavia in the game. A shot, I think he takes a really awkward deflection, or it might be even a chip, and it's looking like it's just dipping over the crossbar, and it just takes a huge, the pace slows down massively. Kolar's forced to just leap up and parry it out off to the crossbar, and then it gets eventually cleared by Bar and Borrell. But great chances. It was Aribo puts the ball in. It's a great finish, Ryan Kent. It kicks it against the floor. That's what it causes such the awkward bounce. Kolar leaps up incredibly well from one side of the net to parry it all the way out, and I think Bar eventually does. Arfield tries to get it in. But that's an incredible save by Kolar. I mean, I've talked about it so much and how he saved Slavia at points from utter embarrassment, or even kept them in a game that they go on and win. He's gone and done it again. Incredible savers. Morelos just a typical Alfredo Morelos foul. Just basically runs straight to the guy when no one's on the ball. He's going to on Nico Stanchu as well. He's got some really strange tattoos on his arm. I actually don't mind them, but
I don't think 1-1 is a bad result for Slavia at all.
Is that away goal? It's the away goal I'm worried about, but if you Slavia,
only one. So
exactly.
It means that if Slavia can get one, they've matched the away goals already.
Exactly.
Which is massive. So I think that for Slavia, 1-1 isn't a bad result because Rangers, of course, coming into it on good form.
Oh, that is lovely. Sorry,
really
Kieran.
impressive.
Oh, sorry. I cut you off and then because Abdallah Sima just fought two guys to win the ball. It goes to play the ball in and it goes into Rosie again. Sorry, carry on.
I'm saying 1-1's not a bad result because Rangers are on good form, of course. They scored a lot of goals in the last two games against Antwerp. And Slavia Prague, of course, well defensively drilled. And I mean, tonight it's showing 1-1 on the scoreline. Could they go on and win it, do you think?
Slavia, yes. Rangers, yes. I think both teams, I think Slavia had more of the chances, but Rangers are slowly creeping into this game. Ryan Kent's becoming a nuisance. And if you're a weekend league player, you know last year he was Zach Lyon. It's happened this in real life in this game. He's just winning awkward fouls. This time against Bar. Bar just clatters into him as Kent annoys him basically. And it's a very similar opportunity to where the free kick for the Rangers' first goal was taken. So yeah, I don't know who's standing over it. It's Barisic, I think, who's standing over it. Can he get a good ball in? Genuinely, it's probably the same place that he was. So they'll keep an eye on Helander and obviously no Hadji, but it'll be Arfield. Good ball in by Barisic! And Connor Golson just completely misses the ball. I think it was actually Davis who gets a little bit of a flick on. It was an amazing ball in by Barisic. And it was Connor Golson who just couldn't flick it on. So close. It was just dipping a bit below him. Prime opportunity there for Rangers. Be a throw for Rangers out of the halfway line. And some changes in the Ajax game. Schurz and Idrissi are on. And the man who seemingly couldn't score, Antony and Wrench, have come off. Also, I like Schurz a lot as a centre-half. And Idrissi's not bad. God, that's an awful clearance by Kolar. And it's great defending there. I think that's from Stanchu doing his defense, giving away again. This time Bar's been caught in possession. And then Ryan Kent took too heavy touch and it's gone out of play. And Chris just said AC Milan need an away goal, in my opinion. Do you believe him, Kieran?
I mean, I don't want them to score one, but for them to, if they could get away from Old Trafford with a 1-1 draw, or potentially a 2-1 win, I mean, they'd probably be licking their lips. But Selimakers and Castellanos come on for Selimakers, and Tonali's come on for Brahim Diaz, the first two substitutes of the night for AC Milan.
I thought you were going to say the benchmark then.
21 minutes left on the clock plus added time. Probably about 25 or so minutes left in this one. It's still 1-0 Man United.
You got me worried for a second. As another foul, I said this game was going to be scrappy. Another foul completed in this game. I haven't actually checked my bets. I wonder if my bets are close to coming in. We'll have a look. I know I have Slavia, so that's not true. Slavia are the only team letting me down right now. United are winning, Villarreal are winning, Ajax are all winning. Come on, Slavia. Come back the boys. Ball. That's a great switch of play by Patterson. To Ryan Kent, good defensive work by Nico Stanchu. Again, all over the pitch today. as Kudela gets it out to Jan Borrell, who does really well to find Abdallah Sima, who will basically start the engine. And here we go. Lovely run by Abdallah Sima. Gets past Patterson. Still Sima. Great ball to the inside of the box. Kushka steals it. Shot outside the box. It slipped. It's going to go. That's gone out, ref. That's gone out. Yeah, it's a corner for Slavia Prague. Great driving by Abdallah Sima. But then, fuck me. Changes in Josh's game. Andriy Zveski is on. Shordlich is off. And Shapliev on for Shaparenko. You know what? Not awful. The second one nearly good, but it's been an opportunity in Ajax young boys, as per in this stream. KL.
Yeah, it's Ajax again, and they won the ball near the corner flag, and basically it fell to Neres, who whipped a lovely ball with his left foot, an in-swinger, towards the back post where the world's best number 10, according to the chat, Dusan Tadic, was waiting. And he side foot volleyed it and it hit the side net. And it was a really good opportunity from Dusan Tadic. But we do have some substitutions.
Go on, who the substitutions is offside?
Elliott is off for Mambimbi. And there's also another one that I missed on the screen. So Elliott's off.
How have you missed? Okay, thank you very much.
Sorry, Kieran.
Thank you very much, KL.
Fine.
But Kieran, big opportunity.
I'm just going to say Daniel James. That's all I need to say. I'm not going to lie. It's a difficult opportunity. It's much more difficult than the Harry Maguire one. It's Amad Diallo and Greenwood do absolutely fantastically well on the right-hand side. A few little 1-2s. Greenwood sprints past, puts a ball across the edge, and Daniel James is stretching for it, but he does have about a third of the goal to aim it into, and he just puts it wide. It should be 2-0.
I'd say chance for United to go 2-0. We have had a little bit of a change here as Oscar Dawley comes on, and has Helander's just put it back together.
Fred's coming on.
Go on, Fred. As Oscar Dawley does come on, and who comes off? It was Jan Kuchka, the striker. So I think Abdallah Sima is going to go up front. Majapust is going to go on the right. Dawley on the left. Vice versa. They might switch. I think, Majapust will definitely go on the right. Dawley probably on the left, and Sima up front. This game's getting very scrappy now, though.
Luke Shaw and Fred are coming on, I think. Probably for Tellez and McTominay.
I mean, not that it's like fitness changes now for you, but you 1-0 up. Is it? I don't know.
Sorry. I think it's Brandon Williams who's coming on as well. I think it is probably a little bit of both. Fernandez is coming off for Fred, which I agree with because keep him fit for the weekend.
I mean, Kyle's just saying United haven't capitalised on that goal. Milan are dominating. Can see them score if we don't up the tempo. And Chris just said KD rant about Jan Dames.
So I'm Rowan.
That's a great ball over the top. Sorry, Kieran. It's a good ball over the top. Aribo was chasing, but Collard just gets there and collects it. Sorry, the changes. Changes. Jan Dames.
Fred and Brandon Williams are coming on for Wan-Bissaka and Fernandez. Definitely for the fitness levels. With only 17 minutes left, I'd rather keep those two fit. I did see Luke Shaw warming up, and I don't really know. Yeah, Daniel James is coming off for Luke Shaw.
Oh, pooey Dan James.
Maybe Alex Tellez goes to left wing now. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight. I genuinely do appreciate it. I'll give him that. It was a very good one.
Calabria's come off as well, and Kalulu has come on for AC Milan because I don't actually have a
clue. In the box. Cross comes in. It's headed away by Helander.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't actually have a Kalulu who he is either.
Right. Do you want to give it a rest? KL's just not happy with you. He's not happy.
I don't even reach that far.
Reach for the stars.
No. You did yesterday with Hakuna Matata.
Hakuna Matata.
I mean, we had a great opportunity. A ball played.
Wait, Rowan. Wayne Mawson says no one cares about these streams. I said this last time when Retep came in. Thank you so much for clicking on our video and giving us a view. If you don't care
Joe Rebel's got through. Rebel's won it through. Good block. Sorry, go back to ranting about Retep and Wayne.
It's all right, mate. It's been blocked.
How's it called Wayne? Who names the child Wayne?
Rowan, shut up. We're not talking about names. But thank you very much for coming in and giving us a view on a channel that you say that isn't important and our streams nobody cares about. I mean, the 1.9 thousand subscribers would probably disagree with you on that. So you have a nice day being absolutely pathetic. Goodbye. I'm done now.
It's okay. I think Carl's okay. We have a new friend in the stream.
Oh, it happened last time. Which one was it? I think it was Schalke Mainz. I mean, to be fair, probably the most enjoyable part of the stream, to be honest. Just having a go at Rita.
Fans, mine's a wank.
Right. We battled you at your own ground.
I knew it would trigger you. Yeah, but you're all the down at the bottom of the table.
Do you want to try that one again?
All the way down at the bottom of the table. There we go.
Yeah, and we drew you. That's how shit you are.
Who's in the Champions League?
I'm not having this. You started supporting Dortmund last year, so I started supporting.
I've always supported Dortmund.
Oh,
I've just never had enough money to pay for the stuff to watch it.
Oh, Rowan.
Exactly. So you can't offend me now. By the way, Nico Sancho, the goal scorer, is coming off being the best player on the pitch for Slavia by miles, and it's Andres Linger who does come on. So now I would presume they would resort back to Mazepust and Seema on the wing, Dolly in the midfield, Linger up front. Also, without Peter Musa got that loan move to Union Berlin. Shot outside the box.
So would you say he's just lingering up front?
Good shot outside the box from... And that was Lucas Provod, but it just goes wide. There's been a lot of opportunities where Slavia have just completely blazed it over or blazed it wide, and it has been wasteful. But 1-1 as it stands, he obviously scores. Rowan and KD 1 win, 0 to Wayne full time. Villarreal are currently 2-0 against Dynamo Kiev. Ajax are 1-0 against the Young Boys. Slavia Prague is currently 1-1. Manchester United is 1-0 against AC Milan. It's because I was already reading the 1-0 bit before I'd even finished the Slavia bit. I want one more goal in this. Even it has to be a Slavia goal, but then Slavia would have to go to Rangers and get 2. But I don't know. I just feel like
when Wayne comes back in the stream in 5 minutes and puts the exact same comment in.
We're just going to repeat it exactly the same.
I will repeat it word for word what I said.
Just needs to get a life, doesn't it?
Why give us the satisfaction of having to say of getting a viewer, an extra
viewer? And also,
viewer.
It's really satisfying to block someone.
Yeah, exactly. Like you're just asking for it in the day.
Go and use it.
Nobody cares about these streams.
Go and use it. No one on the right hand side, and it's been given away now by Zima at the back. Morelos does really well. Ryan Kent driving on the left with Kudela. Still Ryan Kent. Great tackle by Kudela there. The centre half. It was a great drive by Ryan Kent on the left. And Morelos does really well to win it back. As Zima just got a bit complacent. Ryan Kent just pushed down the left-hand side. Still going, got inside the box, took one extra, tried to play it in, and it came with Kudela's. Wayne probably has a comment on copy and paste, lads and ladies, if any ladies are watching. Going to be a corner to Rangers here. I think it's Barisic who's going to whip it in. They actually have many corners, Rangers too. And it's a long high ball that's put in. Heads back into the box. Still along the floor. Aribo's flicking on and it's going to be cleared away. Not as far as Barisic on the left. No, it's Davis on the wing. Barisic with another good ball headed away this time. Oscar Dolly doesn't win his header. It's a good tackle by Kudela. On Davis. Oh, what are you drinking, Kyle? What are you drinking? KD, sorry.
That's right. I'm eating Skittles. I'm eating the Money in the Bank briefcase that we used earlier.
Good ball in. Morelos, it just goes over the head of Morelos. Second time ball back in. It's awful by Patterson and Kolak Lex. The paint channel wasn't on for Wayne, so decided to come here and give out.
Well, it can watch paint dry or it can coming here and have a moan about these streams. I mean, he must have a really, really entertaining life.
Win. Oh, he's back.
Oh, he's back.
Hey, I can say what I want, you Muppets. No one cares about football, and this stream's in your channel. Oh, who blocked him?
Oh, dear.
I'm ready to have an argument with him.
No. The nearly 2,000 subscribers that we have. And
I want to know who was. That's surely a foul. It was Scott Arfield and Jan Borrell, back and forth, and Arfield just... Borrell gets it out from underneath both of the feet, and Arfield just holds on. Thank you, VJ Bull.
VJ Bull.
I know
he loves it.
Thank you. She loves it. Thanks.
Sorry, she loves it. Who's VJ Bull?
Family member.
Aw.
As Jan Borrell does get it out from under his feet. God. Why? Why do you have to come in? I hate it. It's so awkward.
Is it your mum?
No. No, because he's got Bull as the second name. It's going to be a ball crossed in by Provod. It's a high ball. Still in the box. Cleared away. I might ban her. I genuinely might ban her. I'm going to ban her.
Oh, she's ranty.
I'm putting her in timeout.
Wow.
I'm putting her in timeout.
You better like the stream before you put her in timeout.
She can like you, whatever.
Tell her to sub as well.
She's already subbed, don't you worry. One more as it stands here. It's going to be sub for Rangers.
Well,
it's going to be a Rebo that comes off and Kemar Rufu does come on.
Attempt of the night for AC Milan goes to Frank Kessie. It's a crossing and he must head it about 10 or so yards wide. I honestly don't know how he's managed to get it that far wide. But with 8 minutes left, I just want this game to end already.
Fence 1-0 as it stands. Chris coming in. If you don't care, don't comment. Simple as that. The sport's going to thank you for getting in there and over you.
It's just exactly. Just daft, isn't it? And it gives us a bit of entertainment in the stream while these games are a little bit dead.
It does. There's clapping from KL. We'll bring him in.
It's a golazo. It's 2-0 to Ajax, and it is Dusan Tadic, the best number 10 in the world. And to be honest with you, the reason there was not much celebration was because it came from just a wayward shot that got deflected, and it fortunately fell into the path of Dusan Tadic, who rolled it into the near post with his left foot. It's been a really accomplished performance from Ajax tonight, and Dusan Tadic has been at the heart and soul of it.
Ball's flicked on. Oscar Seamer's won it though. Plays it through to Oscar on the left hand side. Sorry, Kale. Cross comes in. He's still not cleared. Oh, he's missed the volley. Still falling to Slavia Prague. It's massive push. Gets out onto the wing to Ba. Ba plays it inside the middle to Oscar. Plays it through to back to Ba. Ba into the middle. Great tackle there by Patterson. It's a great challenge by Nathan Patterson. And Alfredo Morelos will counter-attack. Thank you very much, Kale. And Alfredo Morelos has been tackled by Oscar there in the midfield. But it's such a prime opportunity there for Slavia Prague and Rangers to go score.
Speaking of prime opportunities, Rowan, free kick AC Milan, just outside the area, in a central position. It's a very, very good opportunity now for them to score from here. And I mean, it's a really, really good. I mean, it's probably the best place on the pitch you want a free kick.
But yeah, one as it stands in this game. Sorry, prime opportunity for Milan to score.
I think it's going to be Castelleo or Krunic over it. It's in a similar situation in the first half to where Telles took his free kick and he hit the wall. Let's see what Castelleo or Krunic can do. It is going to be Krunic over the wall. It's straight into the wall. Straight into the wall.
We're not getting any Oliveira free kicks.
No, none of that tonight. However, there is going to be a counter-attack on for Man United. Mason Greenwood running away with the ball, but I mean, he's up there on his own. I feel a little bit sorry for him at the moment because he just can't do anything.
Yeah, it's a shame. Do you think Milan are missing Ibra?
Oh, yeah, massively. No disrespect to Rafael Leao. He's a very, very talented footballer, but I mean, there's nobody with the technical prowess of an Ibrahimovic up there. Someone who could probably carry Milan through a tie on his own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we've had a change in the Ajax game. David Nash is off and Brian Brobner is on. So, another one of the Ajax golden generation. check it out on the sports-corner.com. Another one there, obviously. Coming on to this game. Try to just sure it out. Just get the grind of that 2-0 when cross comes in. It's a good ball to the back post. And Golson has fouled someone. Don't know who he's fouled, but he's fouled him at the back of the box. And fashion it off my boy on. My boy? Who's your boy? Or is that genuinely his name? Who's his boy?
I don't know.
Who's your boy?
Oh, Jordan Siabachu.
Okay, right. Thank you.
Sorry.
For clue. Sorry, KL. Sorry. He said my boy, and I'm going, George Honeymans, come on. Oh, Linger can't get it out from under his feet. That's the midfield. Oh, why are you shooting from there? It was Zima from outside the box. That's a dig. Bado on that right side has been probably Slavia's second best player behind Nico Stanchu, who came off. But 1-1 here. 5 minutes left. This game not did that. And this is obviously in Prague. 1-1. I think Slavia may be happy with the result. It's only one goal you've conceded when you know Rangers can score a lot of goals. And speaking of goals, has there been one, or is it just a beautiful opportunity?
It's not a beautiful opportunity. It's 3 opportunities. There was a ball played into the middle, and Brian Brobby went through 1-on-1. Another good save by the feet of Five.
Penalty show here. Sorry, Karen. No penalty.
And then the rebound from the save goes back to Brian Brobby, who hits it, and he hits the post. It then comes back to Dusan Tadic, rolls his man, shimmies to the left, goes to chip the keeper. It's over the keeper, and it's headed off the line. So it was plenty of opportunities in one moment, but still only 2-0 Ajax.
Ajax nearly getting that third goal, probably putting the tie to bed, really. But obviously, you can't rule sides out. I think it's going to go out for a corner. But there was a penalty shout. Then Linger just got back behind Elanda, but just unfortunately goes out for a corner. But it'll be who's that standing over it? Provo standing over it. There's a lot of tall players in this box here. Kudela and Seema, just the notable ones, and Barr as well. The corner comes in. It's a really good ball. Borrell's gone down, holding his head. He's going to be given a foul. Barisic on. It's not even Borrell, sorry. It's Barisic on. Is that Linger? He's on Linger. Linger looks very different at points. I'm saying, I think it is a foul. Yeah, Linger does jump into the back of Barisic.
Oh, Diallo's in. Oh, the keeper's out quickly. But, I mean, he had to be quick, Donnarumma. Diallo was in one-on-one. He had to clear out for a throw-in, but...
I was going to say, as Donnarumma had a good game, he's kept United to 1-0.
I don't really think we've had many shots, to be fair, mate.
And yeah, it's a shame. Shame to see. I'd like to see Donnarumma be tested quite a bit.
He had the one save to make from Martial earlier in the game, sorry. I mean, the goal was just a really good goal. I don't think he could have done much about that. And then the Maguire chance, of course, just hit the post, didn't it? Yeah,
unfortunately, I mean, he should have put it in. Change here, Kamara has come off and Zungu has come on onto the pitch. So it's a very tactical change, just midfielder for midfielder. Seema, those one in the midfield. Linger can't get his foot on it. He's still fighting, stays on his feet. I mean, Alan McGregor's touched that. I thought that could have classified as a back pass there. Cleared away by Connor Goldson. Morelos has flicked it on, and it'll find Kolar. 2 minutes left. Can Rangers get a last-minute away goal?
What is he doing?
Opportunity.
I mean, it was a half opportunity. I mean, he was going to go it on the volley, and he just absolutely sliced it and missed the ball completely.
All right, okay. I thought there was more for some reason. Not ball into the box, cleared away by Rangers. Oscar. Slavia passing it around very. That's a great switch of play to Bar. Linger puts a deep ball in. Great save by McGregor. Oh, I thought it was a cross, and then suddenly McGregor's peeling off his line, and he's been forced to parry it just out. It takes a huge deflection, And McGregor's made a really lovely fingertip save just to keep it out. And he'll go for a corner. It's a great bottling by Linger. So the deflection obviously makes a huge difference, but McGregor quick off the mark. 40 seconds left. And it's going to be a corner for Slavia. Lucas Provad stands over it. Got to be a good ball here. So it is a good ball. It's headed! It's a great save, Alan McGregor. That's an incredible save. It was Masrapush who jumps up the highest. It's a great ball in by Provad. Masrapush jumps up. You know what? He does everything right. On McGregor just dives to his left, stops it with his left hand, and just clamps over it with his right.
We've got 3 minutes at a time.
3 minutes at a time in the Manchester United game, but Masrapush just directs it to that bottom right. So close. So close here. Might have been the best opportunity for Slavia. 3 minutes at a time also over here in Prague. 3 minutes time in both of obviously our games, Villarreal and Villarreal and Ajax Young Boys.
Handball, surely.
Handball?
What? No, it wasn't. It was just in the middle of the park.
Well, that's an awful clearance, and he'll go for a Rangers throw-in. 3 minutes added in KL's game. Can Young Boys get that vital away goal? I think that's the one that matters. They get at least one away goal. Villarreal have done it. They've got the 2. Milan haven't been able to do it. Rangers have got 1. Young Boys on none so far. 3 minutes probably isn't definitely enough. Rowan comes in though. Cleared away. It's going really well. The back cleared away.
It's in. It's 1-1. It's Simon Kjaer who's got the goal.
Wow.
And it has been coming, I'm not going to lie, but it's just poor marking from the corner, and it's a good header, to be fair to Simon Kjaer. But yeah, with a minute left, it's 1-1 at Old Trafford.
Wow, when I just said important away goals, AC Milan have got it. Did Manchester just let it slip?
It's just poor marking. He just loses his man and he just nods it in.
Unfortunate, but we had another goal, because I can tell by the reaction.
Yeah, and that might just be tie over. Brian Brobby has come off the bench again in Europe and looks like he's sealed the tie for Ajax. It's fair to say that this scoreline is definitely reflective of the game, seeing as it's like their 22nd attempt on goal. A beautiful through ball from the midfield by Gravenberch. Brobby takes the touch on his right and then prods it underneath the keeper as he's coming out to meet him, and it's just a simple goal. And Ajax, 1 foot in the quarterfinals.
Fair play to him. I mean, it's going to take a miracle for Young Boys. It really is, but we've seen worse.
Well, you see, this is what happens when it's a golden generation. A second coming of the golden generation, I should say.
The sports-corner.com. Check out the Ajax Golden Generation. There's 30 seconds left in this game. I would say 1-1 is a fair score. I think Slavia have been the better side, but Rangers have had their chances. Now, I can see...
It's full time, by the way, 1-1.
Full time, late equaliser for Milan. And it's not even the equaliser, it's that away goal, Kieran.
Yeah, it's obviously disappointing for Man United, but they were just not at the races today. I mean, 1-1's probably a fair result, to be fair. AC Milan did deserve the goal. Just toothless, to be fair. They missed Rashford and Martial massively. I hope Martial's not injured. The away leg's now going to be very tricky.
Yeah, it's going to be very tough. So you go to Milan, got to get just a goal. A goal is technically all you need. We've got full time in Ajax, so we'll come to you in a quick second. So we're full time. Slavia Prague versus Rangers. Entertaining in the first half. Second half, not as many chances. That's because there were no Oli Inker on the pitch. Both sides fought. It was a scrappy game as we'd expect. 1-1. Rangers get the away goal that matters. Over in Holland, Ajax 3-0 victors over Young Boys. Kieran talks over the game. Convincing?
Yeah, very convincing from the Dutch side. It took them a while to break the defences of Young Boys. Lustenberger, the captain, was having a really good game at the back. But once they did, through David Klaassen in the 62nd minute, with 10 minutes to go, Ajax ran away with it with a goal from Tadic and Brobby. nothing less than what they deserved. And this young boys side, unfortunately, they tried to hit him on the counter and fully defend today, but they conceded 3. And for me, it might be exit doors for the Swiss side, but was a valiant effort up until the last 10 minutes.
They put up a fight, 3-0. That imagine if they get a quick early goal in that second leg.
I mean, they knocked out Leverkusen. I don't want to say that, it's impossible, but tonight they just didn't really offer anything. I think in the end, they had 1 attempt. So it's a risk. I don't know.
It's not convincing. But thank you very much, KL. Now, Josh Game hasn't got a full time. I'm not going to bring him because I can see him talking. So I won't bring him in. I'll wait until he's properly put full time. But yeah, not that I don't think the best. I mean, you got the best. You got the best games. We have got Josh. Josh, full time in Kiev. Villarreal 2-0 victors, 2 away goals, all important. Josh, good game.
Yeah, good game overall. As I said, started off really well to Villarreal, first half an hour, dominated the game. Was a little bit boring at first, but they got the first goal. Pau Torres, lovely finish. First goal of the night, really comfortable. Jared Moreno having a great game. It was the second goal. The other centre-back, Raul Albiol, got his name on the score sheet all the way from a really nice set piece from the halfway line. Bagged a goal, and it really opened the game up somehow. It surprised me because I thought Kiev would have maybe backed off a little bit, maybe been a little bit disappointed. They came out, as you'd expect them to, flourishing. I thought tonight they had 1 or 2 opportunities where they should have put the ball into the back of the net. Shigankov being the main player who had the opportunities. But for me now, because they've got to go to Spain, it's looking, I'd say, done and dusted. I can't see them getting 3 goals away from home. I mean, 2. Of course, isn't going to be enough. It'd take it to extra time, but a good game overall. And even though it was even for large parts, Villarreal right now look like the team to watch in this Europa League, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, bold claims, but 2-0 up as it stands. Barron, if it could go through Barron, and amazing at Kiev come back. Don't forget to check out the stream that is literally in 9 minutes, probably 4 minutes. Don't forget to check that out. That'll be straight after this. Friday mornings, A-League watch-alongs. Melbourne City versus MacArthur. On Sunday, Tottenham versus Arsenal. Big North London derby. That'll be a very, very fun game. But thank you to KD, KL, and Josh for joining me.
Thank you very much, Rowan.
Cheers,
KL and Josh will see you in literally 4 minutes. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.